Dang, I know you tired of them little niggas talking about nothing. Talking about nothing. Dang, I probably try to hear a real nigga talking about something. Talking about something. Dang, I know you tired of them broke niggas talking about money. Talking about money. Dang, nigga, you ain't talking facts, you ain't talking about nothing. Woke up in the morning and I said a prayer. Like, Lord, I want it now, he said it's better later. Now that's talking to somebody that was never patient. I never waited, and now I'm so fly that I'm levitating. My nigga, I'm so hot, I mean I'm meditating. I'm heavy faded on every flavor, so my mental state is on mental patient. Ha, I need some motherfucking medication. Fuck the phony love, I'ma make them niggas hate. 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 All my niggas told me red. I'm keeping real niggas waiting. Make the pussy niggas hate us. I'ma make them niggas hate. I'ma make them niggas hate. I'ma make them niggas hate. Yeah, you ain't never seen a nigga like me in your life, bitch. In your life, bitch. Man, I be chillin' in the telly, just me and 4 white chicks. Yeah, and what we doing in this bitch, it ain't none of your business, nigga. Yeah, you can have your bitch back when a real nigga finish with it. Yeah, I had to chill with them in a minute. Pull it back so hard, had them thinking I've been out of time. Yeah, I heard some rumors about a nigga. If it's true about a nigga, why they speak it when I'm not around? Yeah, I got some shooters around a nigga that's gon' shoot about a nigga. Give a fuck about who you got around. Look at all them niggas that you near though. All them niggas suckers, I'ma make them niggas hate. I'ma make them niggas hate. I'ma make them niggas hate. I'ma make them niggas hate.
Oh, man. CMPRadio.net, man. It's the morning meeting. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. It's hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Good morning.
Shout out to the camel from Geico. Right? Want to make sure we give everybody. Shout out to Maserati Ram for that great song, man. That's our intro song. Listen,
Success at its best.
if you are a rapper and you want to rap about the morning meeting, the different topics that we talk about and the different things that we come up with, man. Listen, go ahead and do that, man. And your song could be playing the intro of the morning meeting.
That's the voice for me. Say it again.
Maserati Ram joint?
No.
Who?
What you just said.
What you mean?
Just your voice. Just your radio voice. So your song could be playing. Could be the intro of the morning meeting.
Shout out to Tyrone Ricks, man, the 10 of life, man. Always tuned in, always supportive. Good brother.
Morning. Good morning. Good
Yeah,
morning.
man. Yeah, man. Now, how you feeling, man? How was your Tuesday?
I went to Cowtown.
I haven't been to Cowtown in a long time.
I went to Cowtown yesterday. My mom wanted to, me and my mom agreed we would hang out. So then she texted me. I had such a long weekend that I laid down on Monday at 7. I woke up at 12, went back to sleep, woke up at 4, went back to sleep, woke up at 9 in the morning. I was exhausted. I worked from Thursday all the way till Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
I catered Sunday morning. So, and then, to have fun with the kids Sunday evening, I was exhausted. I was beat down.
You got to make time for your family.
Yeah, definitely got to do that. Okay. So we went to Cowtown yesterday, and my baby stole some sunglasses.
He stole them?
He stole them.
Did he get caught?
By me.
Oh.
What? Mind you, we way in the other barn.
Right.
And he just pulled them out like we was getting ready to walk out into the daylight.
Right.
So he pulled them out, put them on. I looked at him, I said, "Where did you get them from?" He said, "Back there on the table." They were sitting there.
Right.
I said, "Did you pay for them?" He's like, "No, them was just sitting there." So you can't beat them out in public. We got in the car, I beat the crap out of Dylan, man. Call the police, I don't care. My mom, don't you be putting your hands on him, monkey. You could just go back and pay for them. I'm not going back in the stand to pay. No, I didn't. They was in his possession.
So if he doesn't see it as stealing and the parent doesn't take them back or go pay for them,
we was going. We was already going. I'm not walking all the way back down.
He wasn't already going. He wasn't already going, so you stole them.
I'm not walking. New Jersey Police Department, listen.
Right, but you
I'm
stole
not
them, though.
No, I didn't. I never touched them.
So he doesn't know that
I never touched them.
He doesn't know that he's stealing.
My fingerprints is not on them glasses.
He just said he picked up a pair of glasses. They was back. You heard what he said. He didn't say he stole them. He pulled them out in front of you. He didn't know that he was wrong. He put them on.
He knew he was wrong, bro. He's 4 years old. He's very, very intelligent. He knew he took them glasses.
Honestly, adults, we don't know we're wrong until 25 years old. So he has 21 more years of fucking up and not realizing.
Bro,
like,
he
damn,
know he was wrong.
Don't nobody want to see me. It's cool. There you go. There you go. Look at now.
Hey, twin. Yeah, but he stole the glasses after he got everything that he wanted from over there, and then he kept saying, "I'm just ready to go home. This is boring." Like, why do we find it exciting as adults? But he like, this is boring.
It's shopping. It's walking around. There's nothing that he can't just go.
Well, he
there.
stole the glasses, so apparently he made it fun.
But it's still boring to him.
It was boring. He's like, this is boring. And let me tell you some disrespectful stuff. So it was this waist trainer stand, and my 20-year-old walks up to the stand and says, y'all got an extra small? This lady looked over at her and said, that was disrespectful. I said, wasn't it? An extra small waist trainer? An extra small.
She wanted.
What's she training? Her thoughts? Because she is nothing there to train.
She could do that.
She gonna say, see, that's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all always want to wait till y'all need a 2X waist trainer to decide to train something.
Right.
No, I'm gonna keep mine right now. And I said, girl, get away from me before you be need to ride across this bridge. Shit, keep
So
disrespecting
how was
me.
the ride across the bridge? Who drove the car?
Me.
Oh, you had your eyes open?
Oh, I was so stressed out. They was in there talking. I yelled, shut the fuck up.
For those of y'all that don't know, Nafati
I'm sweating and shit now. Look.
to close her eyes and not breathe while she's riding across the bridge. And every time we come across a bridge, I be talking to her in the car and she don't say anything. It's like, yo, oh, you just not, oh, all right. She just not going to say anything. Good morning, Carl. But that's just how she deals with going across the bridge. So you drove across this bridge.
And let me tell you what they're doing on the bridge. Construction.
Right.
So by the time I got to be able to get off to say I can't drive,
Right.
I was already on the bridge. So there's only 2 lanes going over and 1 lane coming back. Ooh. I was so stressed out that I got off on right at the Chester exit, at Edward Street exit, and just sat there at the light. Like my underarms were sweating.
Everything.
It was just, it's so bad. Like having like that phobia. I don't know if it's a phobia, a fear. Cause it's not that I'm scared of heights. Cause I'm not scared of heights. Like I can be up high water? As long as it's a secure space.
This is the water.
I think I'm a drown. That's what I think.
How you gonna drown in your car?
If we fall off.
But how you gonna fall off unless you jump off?
No, cause haven't you seen Final Destination when the bridge just started?
Earthquake.
I don't care. Anything can happen while I'm up there.
It's a major earthquake. So in California, I can understand you being scared of the bridge.
It's all bridges.
But
just
not all bridges fall apart.
I don't know. I don't know how sound the structure is because like I'm over here nervous now, but my hands are sweating. Like it's real bad. I be getting ready to cry. I passed out. Coming from Clementon Park. You know, when you come from Clementon Park, you get off one bridge and get right on another bridge on 95.
I've never been to Clementon Park.
They just sold Clementon Park too.
To who?
I don't know. Someone just they closed it down, and then they were in the process of selling it, and they just said, never mind, we're going to leave it closed. But they just recently sold it within the last 2 weeks.
Wow. Yeah,
it was on the news day before yesterday. My mom told me.
This guy said he definitely wants to see Nav more on camera.
Why?
With your interview that you had.
Didn't I look fat?
No, you didn't look fat. That seat made you look
fat. Dante said, I told her, come see me. She said, nope, drive across the bridge. I was like, oh, no, bro. I got to drive across that bridge? No.
With no water under it?
Listen, that bridge is long.
It's not a bridge. That's a road.
No, first of all, it's a bridge.
It's a road.
It's water underneath of it.
But it's a road.
It's water underneath of it.
It's not a bridge. It doesn't go up over.
Bro, anything that goes across the water is a bridge.
Oh, you can't be like that, bro.
Yeah, I can. And the water, it could just come up at any time. We're done. That's it. Everybody's just done. No. Hey, Mom. Look, she said I told her to shut up. She said
told me to shut up.
When I got off the bridge, I said, Mom, I'm so sorry. She was like, Monkey, are you breathing? Right. I'm like, Mom, shut up. Look, like, don't talk to me. Oh my gosh, look.
You get to sweating, get to turning red. See, she's colored. Ooh, I'm piggybacking off Dante. Right.
Oh man.
Oh, you want to to see you. They want to see you by yourself.
No, they don't want to see me by myself. Well, look at my T-shirt though. So it was a nonprofit over there from Philadelphia,
Drop your drink.
and it said,
Drop
"Oh,
your
my microphone."
Yep.
All right, so my T-shirt says, "I'm a believer," and it's a black nonprofit out of Philadelphia.
Bring
and
your mic back.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
It's a black nonprofit out of Philadelphia, and they are clothing the youth of Philadelphia.
Right.
So, despite of them giving them their clothing brand, they're also buying them clothes.
Okay.
So it's called the Believers, and I thought it was kind of dope. I sat there and I listened to them.
You love trains, from what I hear. What the hell is wrong?
I never was a fan of trains. I never was a fan of trains.
What kind of train you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna
I've only rode the railways twice, so if that's the train you talk about, no, I don't like trains. I hate bridges. It's a bad fear for me.
For you to stop breathing and close your eyes and just escape from that moment, because that's what you're doing. You're mentally taking yourself out of the car and put yourself on the ground, right? Wherever, I don't know what you're thinking about when your eyes are closed, but you're not thinking about the bridge. So you're removing yourself from that situation at that point. So I think it's a trauma maybe that you had when you were younger. You don't remember, but
I don't know.
Go talk to a therapist. He'll bring it out of you.
No, I'm
Because
cool.
majority of the things that we do
I
because
just don't
it
drive
hurt- it
across the
hurts
bridge.
us.
I
It
just
hurts
want
us.
the phobia, the bridge phobia wasn't my entire life. It happened after my twins. So I was on my way to Georgia, and I made a mistake and went across the old Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and I just couldn't do it. Like the old Chesapeake was like raggedy, and this was before they shut it down.
Right.
So it was like raggedy. It's made of metal. Right. It's just a horrible bridge. And the wind blow, you feel like you going with it.
Right.
So that's when it kind of started. It started then, and then ever since, it's like I gotta drive in the middle lane, and I gotta stay close to the wall. It's a lot with me if I'm driving, and believe me, the traffic is backed up because of me. I do that with tunnels and bridges. See, now the tunnels, I'm fine. I don't understand that. Like, Dante, please keep your comments at a minimum. See, I can go down and go through, but I can't go up and over.
You go down and go through.
I can go down and go through.
But she's not going up and over.
But I can't go up and over, twins. So me and the bridges, we just don't get along. But I can tell you how long it takes for me to hold my breath going across the bridge, how long it takes to get across the bridge, and how long it takes to get back. Wow. So I don't know. Wow. Oh, that new Chesapeake bridge. So I had to take my aunt to visit her mother-in-law, and it was very expensive for her to drive there. I mean, for her to fly there, and she doesn't fly well, and to catch the train, it was going to take her longer. Her mother-in-law wasn't doing too well. So I drove there. So I'm like, all right, I can go the long way, and it's going to take me an additional hour. I had to go around through Richmond. But for some odd reason, I still followed my GPS. So when I get to the toll booth to pay to get on the Chesapeake Bridge, I like to have it fit. But I went across that joint at nighttime. It took me 28 minutes to go across it at nighttime. I went across that joint in the daytime. It took me an hour and 13 minutes. An hour and 13 minutes. I swear to God. And they have people that drive you across that bridge. They know how dangerous it is. They know that bridge is very dangerous. First of all, you have seagulls flying into your fucking window. They just fly into your car. So it was a seagull sitting on the windshield wiper of a truck that was riding by. Like, what's up? I'm getting a ride to the other side.
So what's the speed limit on this bridge?
The speed limit is, I believe, is 45.
And how long is this bridge? Is that long?
It's very long. Okay. So it's a bridge, then a tunnel, then another bridge, then a tunnel, then another bridge. So it's a bridge, go under the tunnel, then it's a straight flat bridge, go under the tunnel, straight flat bridge, go under the tunnel, come out over a bridge.
And this is to connect what state to what state?
It's Virginia.
It's in Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's horrible. It's horrible. The Virginia bridge is the longest bridge I drove over. They're talking about the Chesapeake. It took me an hour and 13 minutes to get across this bridge coming back in the daytime because you see all of the water. Now, at nighttime, it's complete darkness on both sides of you. So it's a 2-lane bridge going this way and it's a 2-lane bridge going that way. Wow. So it's no shoulder, no median, no nothing. They actually have people that sit in the tower to drive you over. Absolutely. If you are afraid. You can stop and they'll drive you over, and on the other side, someone will bring them back, vice versa. So, and you have to pay them. I don't know how much the fee is, but if I would have known, I would have paid them to drive me over.
You got me looking up the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
Go ahead, and it's a tunnel. It's the new bridge that looks like you're going into the water. When you go down off the bridge, you go down and right into the water. That's what it looks like. It blew a whole truck off that joint. Yeah, the wind. If it's windy, they shut it down. That's how bad it is. You can't go that way, especially in one of the 18-wheelers and the bigger freight trucks. You can't go that way. So, hey, listen here. Won't get me. And I can't even sleep across that joint. Like,
It blew a whole truck off.
An 18-wheeler.
Well, 18-wheelers are easy to blow because they have the weight behind them.
Right, but the wind is...
The wind, yeah.
Because you're in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay. Chesapeake Bay. You're in the middle of the Chesapeake. So, like, when you're going across it, it's like no land on the side of you for miles. I think it's, 28 miles long? Is it?
They say it's 17.
It's not 17. It's nowhere in the world. It took me 1 hour and 13 minutes to go 17 miles.
17.6 miles.
They lying. It's longer than
Chesapeake
that.
Bay Bridge / tunnel is a 17.6 mile bridge
stressful.
tunnel crossing.
It's stressful. It got to be longer. It took me so long to get across it.
Any bridge is going to.
I wanted to stay in the tunnel, like just give me a couple seconds to get myself together. But the bridge itself, it literally took me like 20 minutes per section.
Hampton Roads Harbor and nearby mouths of the James and Elizabeth Rivers in the U.S. state of Virginia. It connects Northampton County to Delmarva Peninsula and Eastern Shore.
I couldn't do it. I would have been.
That's crazy. It's only 12 miles, but 17.6 miles. So 12 miles of the trestle, 2 1-mile-long tunnels, 4 artificial islands, and 4 high-level bridges, approximately 2 miles. Yeah, 17 miles.
It's longer than 17. In my mind, it's like 50 miles. I'm dead serious. Like, it took me 1 hour and 13 minutes to cross that joint. Like, the trucks was just riding past me. I'm just cruising. I don't even care. Like,
Yeah, as many times I've been to Virginia, I don't remember.
It's going to the left though. See, everybody don't go to the left. They go to the right. When they get off at, when you get to Maryland, everybody goes to the right to go to Virginia. Right. If you go to the left though, it's like a little road that takes you to the left. Right. But your GPS is what takes you. You wouldn't just go that way. Oh. So when you go to the left, it's like, all right, you on a little stretch of highway like you going to Atlantic City. Okay. And then it's like, all right. And then here comes the toll booth. And you just like, oh, wow. Yes, because I was going to Virginia on the Greyhound and went across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. And I thought I was in the moon was shining. Oh, yup, Mom. It's a beautiful sight. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. It looks like the moon is sitting right there on top of the water.
And you drive over the Delaware Memorial?
So I drove across the Delaware Memorial, of course, going to the beaches and coming back. And that is me holding up the traffic if you're ever behind me. All bridges are the same for me. The bridge going to Delaware, that little teeny bridge in the middle, we just went across that bridge the other day when we was on our way to do Erica, to visit Erica. Wow. When we was driving across the bridge, that bridge takes 46 seconds to get across.
46 seconds?
Yeah. That's how long I hold my breath. 46 seconds. Yeah, so.
But you driving, it takes 5 minutes.
No, like 2. It's like 2 minutes to get across that bridge for me if I'm driving. But all bridges are the same for me. I will cross the bridge if someone else is driving. Oh, we were coming back across that bridge and my friend's car stopped on the bridge. And instead of walking to be off the bridge, we walked the opposite way. So we got to start over when the ride comes. Yes. Talk about, I crawled off the bridge. I'm so serious. My best friend was like, I never realized how scared you were of the bridge. And then trucks and cars is flying past, boom, and it shake you. Oh, no.
They said them seagulls on the Chesapeake are ruthless.
They are.
I've never been there. And just because I've never done this, I'm going to do it.
Are you
serious?
And
I'm going to go live while I do it.
Well, see you.
I'm going down to Virginia.
I took a picture. Well, my daughter took a picture.
I don't want your pictures. I need to experience the seagulls. I need to experience
Go ahead.
being scared.
And they sit on the like, all right, we're going to get this one. We're going to do, like, it's like a, in my mind, it's like a hand clap. We're going to get this one. Come on.
Put fucking bread all on the front of the car.
Bro, no, because they hit the window. Their wingspan takes over the whole Windshield.
I just drive straight. You never drive blindfolded before?
No, who would do a thing like that?
That's how my cousin taught me how to drive.
Thank you, Leslie. Good morning, Jabri. Listen,
You gotta
the
know where you're
seagulls
going.
are the- They
You
are.
gotta know where you're going.
You don't know where you're going.
You're going straight.
Bro, I'm glad I ain't got to go for that ride. Do it on a
Do it
sunny
on a
day.
sunny day. Absolutely.
Listen, the seagulls sit on the rails on the side, and then all of a sudden they just take off. You can watch them. They dive into the water, and they eat all kinds of stuff. I saw all of this driving back from Virginia, but going over, But then you see a lot of dead ones too. They don't survive. They listen. The bridges for me is not me. And while we're on the subject of bridges,
Okay.
so Chester City and the DMV have shut down the Edgemont Avenue cross path.
I still haven't seen this. I haven't.
How are you missing this,
But I
bro?
don't have a
Traffic
car.
is
I
so
don't have
messed
a car right now, so I don't go outside.
We going today. Let's go.
I'm not
As
riding
soon as
with
the
you.
show is over, we going so I can snap out again because I can't just go straight. The Edgemont Avenue Bridge is in 95 on ramp is closed down.
All right, so the on ramp
Going to 95 South
going to Delaware
is shut
closed
down.
down. So the portion from 12th Street, and y'all said 15th Street the other day, and 15th
Well,
Street.
it's 13th Street.
Right, so it's 12th to 13th is shut
It's shut down. So the
completely.
light to the light, from the light to the light,
Right.
it's shut down. And to me, and I'm gonna say it as respectfully as I can, it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
So I'm gonna
Madison Street is shut down, and Edgemont Avenue is shut down.
so that both of those. So it's something wrong.
We know. I totally get that.
Right.
That there's something wrong.
So if that thing was to collapse and kill so many people,
I totally understand that
You would
too,
be okay
because
with
they were underneath working for a while.
Right.
They were underneath working
Right.
while we were still able to cross over. But my concern is this: so as I was on my way to my house in Nova Vista, the fire department was on a call.
yeah, there's no way to get.
They
across.
can't get across that space. They had to go all the way around through Widener, come back up 12th Street to go down to get the freak over to wherever it was that they're going. So now we're relying on one fire
way.
department
Right.
on one side and one on this side. If an accident happens in that stretch of road, and me and my brother had this conversation last night, if an accident happens from the Widener exit to the Curling Street exit, who's saving them on that side of the road? How are we going to get to them in a timely manner? I know at one point in time, Edgemont Avenue exit wasn't there.
Wasn't there? Wasn't no way on.
It wasn't no way
You
on.
have to get on. Through,
You had to go all the way back
Wrigley.
around through McDade to come back through, or you have to send the McDade crew here.
Right.
I totally understand it, but it's just it's such a fucking inconvenience and so stupid. It's construction going on throughout the whole city.
It could save a lot of lives though, because I don't know what
We're
was
gonna
wrong.
we're gonna save a lot of lives or kill a lot of people. Which one is it gonna be? It's a double standard.
So with them fixing the bridge, it was something wrong with the bridge. They're not just going to shut it down just to shut it the fuck down, because they understand how much of a throwaway that is. That's major. That's
But they shut it
people.
down without notice.
Right.
They will say that they gave
Well,
notification.
they'll say that they did
They
give
put
it to us.
They put it up. They put the notification up yesterday, not Monday. The barriers went up Monday around 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Right.
Because I just rode through there in the morning time. 2:30, 3 o'clock, the barriers is up. So you're not knowing that these barriers are going to be up until September of 2021. So they are going to have this road
So the
blocked
whole
off.
summer, that thing's going to be.
It's going to
knocked
be blocked off till September of 2021.
And they're just saying that because you know the way they fix bridges, they just they don't give a rat's ass.
They
say September and it don't open up till November, December of 2022.
There's no alternative. I think that they could have. So because they were underneath of it working, remember how the traffic patterns changed when you were coming from Philly area going to the Highland Avenue exit. Right. Underneath of that bridge pass, they were under there working for months now.
Right.
So whatever the issue is,
It's the base.
It been there though. It's the structure that has been declining. You repaved it.
You allow a crack to stay at the base. Your base is weak. It's gonna crumble.
They've been under there working for months.
They have
To shut us down like that, and then now you're jeopardizing the lives of people who are in car accidents and fires and shootings, because now the ambulance has to go all the way around up Curling Street just to get to the east side, or they have to send us from a different route. They either have to go through Widener, or they're gonna have to go all the way around Curlin Street. They already don't know our city streets and things like that. So it's a mess. It's just a mess. It's a very grave inconvenience. It's going to be shut down until September of 2021, and I believe that's the end of September. I don't even think it's going to be open at the beginning of September. So we'll be closed down from that section. You can get off of the Edgemont Avenue exit at 12th Street, and you can only go straight or turn right. You cannot turn left, but you cannot get on the 95 southbound ramp.
Me not having no car takes me away from experiencing a lot of shit.
You
don't really need that portion of road. You can make it, but I understand what you're saying, right? Emergency calls, ambulances, fire. You feel me? And it's actually going to cause a lot of people from the west side to have to ride through the east side.
And it's going to cause a lot of people to get tickets in Upland, too, because we would normally take that way.
It's
going to tear us up.
Oh, shit, yep.
Traffic was so backed up on the Upland Hill
right.
because you can't go down Edgemont Avenue, leaving Crozier during peak hour. Schools getting out, everything is going to cause a traffic bomb right there by Salmon's house. So make sure you got your license and insurances and your seatbelts on going through that way. And we're going to pray that we have no casualties during this period of time.
We definitely got to pray for that.
We have to pray for that. We want to pray for it in abundance and, to last forever. But during this period of time, we have a less chance of living if we're in a car accident, a fire, or a shooting in the city of Chester with that roadblock there. At Madison Street, and you shut down Madison Street too and blocked it off and said you will be cited if you're caught going across Madison Street because niggas was moving the cones. Like they was just going through it. It wasn't blocked off since 6 a.m. Normally when you block something off, they get up early in the morning, so it's already blocked off in the morning time. Right. So when you come, you like, oh, damn, they blocked the road off. I got to find an alternate route. No, it was blocked off come mid-afternoon. So people was like, damn, I just went through this road. Like, when they put this up? And I was one of the people.
Something that they did at the bottom. I'm trying to tell you.
I strongly believe that.
Bottom, right?
I strongly believe that.
Because if they wanted it blocked off, they would have blocked it off from the beginning.
Yeah, early in the morning. Though.
And Upland Police is definitely ecstatic. You said, how many people we gonna pull over?
We can pick a nigga day.
Get our quota.
Listen, yes. They can really hurt us on tickets. But I knew about that last week. So Drew, why didn't you tell us about that last week? Because I didn't know about it. They didn't put notices in the
They put them up somewhere.
They didn't put notices. Well, he's a construction worker.
He is.
So of course he's going to know about it, but no, they didn't tell us. They didn't say, hey, listen here, you're going to have to take an alternate route. You're going to have to go this way instead of that way. And guess what's not up? Detour fucking signs. There's no detour signs that say turn this way. You just got to know it.
That tells you to go down.
It's no detour sign.
In the picture, it's a detour sign.
Now, it wasn't none on Monday.
Oh, well, they didn't have them.
It wasn't none on Tuesday either.
That's how you could tell they fucked up.
It was no detour signs.
That's a big
you didn't hear from us.
That's a big ass gate. They fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like
some way, somehow something happened, and we're the last to know. But that's generally how it goes. The citizens of the Chester.
I thought I heard it from y'all. Hey, Drew, you ain't hear that from us, bro.
Because Monday I was so livid. Like that when traffic is messed up, it throws your whole day off. It throws off your whole schedule. Right. You're like, man, fuck it, I'm just going home. So Monday, I'm like, drop me off home because I can't do this no more. I can't keep, a 2-minute ride is now taking 6. It's not a scenic route. It's not like it's a great scenery. I got to ride through, Potter Street to go across that bridge to get to the other side of Edgemont Avenue.
What's wrong with Potter Street?
Yeah, I don't want to ride through Potter Street.
It's the east side.
I don't want to ride through the east side either.
Shut the fuck up. Hey, CMPRadio.net, man. Naf is not riding through Potter Street.
I don't have any choice though. It's no other way to get around unless I go down Curlin Street and come up Upland.
That traffic in Upland is going to be crazy.
It's horrible. So you got to go down to Potter Street. That's the first cross section street. It takes you to Widener, and you come out by TD Bank.
Well, they did open up the other bridge on the far side.
By Widener. It's the same distance. That's another minute and a half for me. No. You go up Potter Street. You take it up. It's a lot wrong with the east side.
It's nothing wrong
Leslie,
with the
you
east
spelled
side.
that wrong.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with the east side.
It's absolutely spelled wrong.
East side.
No, it's the east side.
Why do you call it the eat side? I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Anyway, we got a couple videos we're gonna show, but first, we want to know what's on this man's head. Is it his brain? Is it his skull? And this is our idea for what the fuck is going on.
We
right?
talked about this.
But I think this is gonna be the picture that we're gonna use.
Use for now on for what's on your mind.
What's on your mind?
All right.
Right? Because I want to know what the fuck is on his head. CMPRadio.net. It's the morning meeting, man, and
It's the lip person for me.
He got a lip piercing.
No, pursing. He's like pursing his lips.
Maybe he was trying to see somebody. But we got a couple videos we want to show real quick, right? First, what's on your mind, man? We want to give a huge shout out, man, to DMX. They said he had a
heart
OD.
attack. A heart attack after an opioid overdose.
Damn, X. Like,
Didn't they say that he's brain dead?
he can't be brain dead.
It's something not working properly with him, and they have him on a machine, a breathing machine, and in an induced coma. And his kids had begged him. They begged him. Everyone had begged him to stop getting high and stop doing all the extracurricular things that he was doing. And they said he came out and did a show, and they bashed him so bad after the show.
Don't call me with that bullshit, all right? You lying to me, D. Yes.
DMX, man. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's my guy, though. But he wouldn't stop. And it's got to.
You know
Thought
what's
he
crazy?
had it under control. He has little brain function. I know they said it's something. My mom tells me everything that's happening on the news, and she says, "Yeah, that ex-boy, the dog, with the yeah, he had a heart attack, monkey." I said, "Did he?" She said, "Yeah, they think he overdosed from drugs," and it's so crazy because we see on intervention and things like that how people beg their family members to choose them over the addiction, and I think that's easier said than done. And I see where Drew said he thought he had it under control, and I think that it's easy to stop for a moment, but the beg for it, the need for it comes back eventually. So
Motherfucker, I ripped your butthole out of place. That's my favorite line. Because back then they wasn't saying pause. You were allowed to say gay shit. Biggie had his moments because he wanted me to fuck him from the back.
I don't think he said he said she.
No, he said it with Biggie. Oh, you want me to bring that up?
No,
That
I
part
don't
up?
want you to bring
He
that
said,
up.
He said, and he killed the brother because he wanted
They say
me to-
his brain's never gonna be the same. Like it's such a shame that we want our loved ones to love us more than they love anything else, and we don't understand what an addiction feels like. I've never been addicted to anything. I can honestly say this here and now. I've never been addicted to anything where I thought I needed it. My kids say I'm addicted to coffee. That may be true. But I've never been addicted to anything, not drugs, not alcohol, in that sense. So I can't tell you what addiction feels like. I can't tell you what an addiction feels like. I can't tell you like how it feels for someone to beg me to stop or whatever. But they begged DMX. He was like, "Nah, I'm good. Like I got it." And all along he didn't have it. He was sneaking and still doing it and things like that. And I feel really bad for X. I do. I feel bad for his wife and his kids and everything. Oh, his dogs too. So, we'll pray for him. We'll hope that he gets it together and hope that, God finds favor and heals him in a way that man can't. And that's that. But from the looks of things, it's nothing.
Which is sad, right? Because moderation. I tell you, my father taught me about moderation. My father expressed to me the concerns about abusing drugs. You can take drugs, you can play with drugs, but you have to be able to see when they're ruining your life. And I don't think he could see that, right? Because he was DMX, right? He was untouchable. You felt like,
Right, Dante.
nothing could ever hurt him. I don't know how he feels. I don't know how his family feels right now because
Well, at this moment, he probably has no feeling. He's probably relieved at this moment. I feel like when your life is, and we were talking about karma and blessings and bribes yesterday, and I feel like when your life is upside down, I think your most peaceful moment comes when you take that last breath. Because no one stepped up to help DMX.
Because they knew they could pay DMX and drugs. He had an interview where he talked about the first time and he said he didn't smoke, he didn't do anything. You know, he wrote a rap. The guy he was with, you know, they had just did a robbery, and the brother just gave him crack. Like, he laced the blunt with crack. And the first time, and he was breaking down, crying while he was giving this interview with Talib Kweli, and he couldn't stop crying because he knows how bad it got him. And while he was with Rough Riders, right, nobody tried to help him. Nobody said, no, bro, come on, man, you got to chill. Like, this is too much. Like, put him in rehab. He's gone to rehab different times. He's been on MTV and MTV's rehab. But, you know, for him to do it, not for any money, but for you to do it for you and your family,
I think he had just gone through a lot. I think that it was his coping mechanism. I think this is how he slept at nighttime or not sleep. Like, this is how he dealt with it. Read his book. This joint was crazy. I don't know. The X story crazy. He's going to be one of the ones that say being introduced to rap game introduce you to the drugs too. Not the drug game of making money, but the drugs uses. You have to learn. They give you something to help you sleep because you've been up for days. They do all kinds of things. You have to look at it that way. I feel bad for X, but he's going to be an example used. Sooner or later in life, they're going to use them.
Motherfucker, I'll rip your butthole out of place. He's hard with that joint.
Oh, my God.
It's a dirty job, and I just love doing it. Like, oh. Yeah, no. Pause. But Biggie did say it. They said
Biggie wasn't like that, though.
Biggie had some gay lyrics in his drink, bro.
He's been on drugs for a very long time, even before he was in the business.
Right, but
you
the
think
business,
so?
the business.
But he was in the streets first, right?
He was a hustler. He was a stick-up artist. He was all.
So we know men in the streets to this day who have used drugs as a coping mechanism to deal with the streets, right? They use it to keep their blood at a certain level, so if they're shot, they survive. They've used it to, I guess, use it. I don't know. They try their own product. The first thing Biggie says is never get high off your own supply, right? That is Biggie, right?
Right.
It's Biggie.
Yeah, 10 crack commandments.
All right, yeah. So never get high off your own supply, and people always try it. And when you want to know if it's pure or not, you're the first to test it. So they have, been introduced to it for a long time. Coming from the streets, the first thing you saw, living in the Bennett homes, the first thing you saw was somebody high outside, coming outside in the morning time. And they would be like, turn your head. You can't not see it. They can't tell me nothing about this coat.
Damn.
Listen. And you trying to tell a story through a rap song that someone is living every day.
Right. So if and this is what I tell about people that don't know, right? Because he said he didn't smoke, he didn't drink, he didn't do anything. He was 14 years old. He was just hanging out with the big homie, and they were rapping. He would beatbox for him, and he would beatbox for him when he rapped, right? So the brother slipped him. So it's different when you slip somebody something that they're not prepared for, as opposed to a motherfucker knowing. You slip a motherfucker a Dutchie with some weed, and they gonna be gone.
Chase that ghost for here on out.
Right, because he don't know why he high like this. And it's like, yo, this is weed that got me like this. Oh shit.
I need another one.
And
it's a shame.
And he chased it. And I love DMX, man. I love everything about him, right? And that was my go-to guy. Like that's the music that I listen to.
That's crazy.
Right.
Like, but to know now they're gonna use X as an example. Like
he has to be.
This is what drugs do to you.
He has to be.
Remember they used the egg as this is
your brain on drugs.
This is your brain on drugs.
If you look at X now and then when he first came out, you see a difference, right? And it's because of the
if he was getting high then, it's no different.
It's definitely
it was a different mask.
In the way he talks, personally, it was a difference. He never experienced moderation. He never calmed the fuck down and said, "Oh, that's too much." right? He went up to the next, man, I got high off of 8 Ball. I'm going to get a quarter today. You feel me? Like, it was like the next situation that he keep going.
Did you use his words?
Duh.
His voice?
Right. Hey, man, that's what he said.
You know.
You need to use Wayne. Wayne looks crazy. Wayne definitely.
Oh, man.
But that's
Lil Wayne.
That's that syrup shit.
And you know what's so crazy? Is because at one point in time when Baby and them was like around Lil Wayne, he wasn't even allowed to smoke weed. He wasn't allowed to do anything.
He was young.
No, always until he was like 19 or 20 years old, he still wasn't allowed to touch drugs. He wasn't allowed to be high.
That's because his mom and dad were
they were a part of it, and they cared more about his career. But when he made that green, I think it's Green Martian. Don't he got something called Green Martian?
I don't know nothing about that.
He made a underground mixtape, and he was like traveling during this tour season, and he was doing the underground and leaking and dropping it, and like every day after he left the tour. Right. And he carried his microphone around, and they asked him why does he have so much music? He said, because I never stop rapping. I leave my tour, I leave a concert, and I go to the hotel room, and I'm working all the time. Right. So he was like in that at that time that I'm a Martian song, that album that came out was when he like was really introducing himself into drugs and getting high all the time. He was coming through.
Trippy.
Me too. All his music. Oh, DMX, man.
Yeah, she loved DMX. Dark Man X, Dark. I used to be able to do a lot better than that. I was skinny. They thought I was DMX when I was back in my day.
When he went pop rock star, it was a downhill, and it was like when he started beefing with like Baby and them. When he started beefing with the whole Juvenile and all of them, he started saying like when he found out that he was the reason why they was eating, right. He really turned up by 10. Wayne did. Like it was like, oh wow, like shit. If it wasn't for me, y'all niggas wouldn't even get concerts. They coming to see Lil Wayne. They don't want to see Juvenile and whoever else is going to be there.
He became Eddie. What's his name?
What's his name? Eddie Kane.
Eddie Ruffin.
Eddie Kane.
Eddie Kane.
You can't.
Eddie Kane.
Eddie Kane from Off of 5 Heartbeats. See, you talk about somebody else. I'm talking about the 5 Heartbeats.
What does fucking Kenny say all the time? Who is he?
I don't know. Every Sunday morning in my house, my mom listening to DMX.
Every Saturday morning in my house, right?
She said Saturday. I thought she said Sunday. I'm like, my mom
Sunday.
Listening to DMX on Sunday.
Well, he was praying, dog. Lord be my shepherd.
Oh my God!
Listen, he was definitely praying, and he was heavy in the church. This is that moderation, bro. You can teach people moderation. You can say, listen, excessive drug use hurts you. Nobody's saying you can't play around. I've played around with every drug out there.
Hey, Troyana. Troyana said David Ruffin.
David Ruffin. Yeah.
No, but I'm thinking about Eddie Kane. You can't be me. He was like, but I just look at it like this.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Right.
He had to put cash money on his back.
He had to.
Juvenile was still around in the beginning.
Oh, no, they was gone.
When I went to the concert. Juvenile was there.
Ooh,
he was at the concert. The concert at the Spectrum.
Huh? What'd you say?
They was at
you ain't nothing.
They was at the concert.
That's what Wayne was saying. I believe that's what he was saying.
He had to, because listen, they spoon fed him money in the beginning. All they felt as though they was giving his mom a crib and they was taking care of his baby girl and making sure she was cool while he was gone.
Hey, Troyana, how you feeling?
But when they all boiled down to it, he was like, shit, without me, y'all can't eat. Once he found out that all this money was being made and he came in with his own lawyer, it was like, shit, without me, it's no y'all. But when he was high, he made some great music. He made some good music. He started talking about different stuff. Certain drugs, I would say, don't even try, because most people never come back from. Yeah, crack is one of them. Don't try crack. Don't try coke. Don't try heroin. Don't try perks. Don't try meth. Don't try any of them. Any of them. We was talking about that on here the other day, how opioids overtook our communities and overpowered the people, and you don't know it until you actually try it yourself. It's like a wave. You're in the middle of an ocean and everybody's just going, And some people can handle it, some people can't. Some people find it not to be important to take, and some people just gotta keep taking it over and over again. I've never seen an addiction the way I've seen a perk addiction. Every
opioids
4
are crazy.
hours, your body goes through detox, and you become angry, and you're evil to the people that love you.
I didn't become angry. I wasn't angry.
So you become angry, and you're evil to the people that love you.
Again, moderation. Right? Why did I take it? I really needed it for my back and my knees.
Nobody really needs it. They become dependent on it. You don't. The pain doesn't subside. The pain. It just allows you to relax enough to get some rest.
Shit.
The pain is right back in an hour and a half.
Basketball off some Percocets. I ain't played basketball in years.
And you ain't go to sleep.
No, I don't go to sleep.
See,
that's the joy in the Percocet, to not go to sleep.
No, you go to sleep off the Percocet.
No, you fight it, and then you go to sleep later.
No, bro, that's when you're addicted to it, and your body is used to it.
No.
Yeah, your body needs it.
I wasn't addicted to it. I was, but I wasn't. Listen.
You weren't in a bad addiction. You was like, bro.
I really needed them joints. My back will lock the fuck up, and I'll be stuck in the bed.
A Percocet doesn't
weeks.
stop it from locking up, though.
It stops the pain. So what it does?
A muscle relaxer stops it from.
No, it definitely don't.
That's because you have a Percocet in place of it.
No, I don't. So anyway, So what the Percocet does? It blocks your brain, whatever, from understanding that it's in pain.
Oh, okay.
That's
your
all
brainwave.
That's all it
is
does.
now blocked.
It's blocked
from understanding that your body is hurting.
It blocks the pain.
For how long?
For 4 to 5 hours.
For one pill.
Yeah.
2.5 hours. That's it. It takes 30 minutes for it to work.
It depends on how deep your pain is.
It takes 30 minutes for it to work, for it to start to subside.
Right.
You get an hour and 35 minutes of pain free, but you're drowsy.
Right.
Then you get another 35 minutes of
4 to 5 hours.
Now it's starting to come back. But I'm talking about off of one pill. People are taking 2 and 3 at a time.
He said he felt himself needing a perk after the second consecutive day of taking them. I said, no, you feel like you need them. You feel like you can't do nothing without them.
You become dependent on them. And they're the most addictive drug.
The pain is still there. I admit the pain is still there. You just numb to it. It gives you a different feeling.
Percocet, yep, the pain is still there. It's just, oh, shit. Wow. Yeah. The Percocets they give you when you leave when you're in the hospital is what helps you. That's the addictive state right there, because they're giving you the highest form of it. Any medication you get while you're in the hospital is the good stuff.
Right.
When you get home, it's up to you to say you don't need it. I don't want it. I have to do this my way. Most of the pain and stuff that you go through once you're injured comes because the weight of your body is pushing on it. So the most obvious thing to do is to lose weight, or you become dependent on the drug.
You tell me I need to lose weight?
Yes.
Whatever.
We both do.
Anyway. But in other news, Saturday, right? Academy Park versus Chester, 4:10, 1 p.m. Make sure you tune in to cmpradio.net. Chester High can go 5-0 undefeated, win the Del Val League Championship for the first time, and I don't know how long.
Since somebody said it, 63.
63?
I think they said 1963.
I want to give a shout out to Musa, Coach Charles, Coach Skip.
So before you go any further,
go ahead.
You gonna say the same thing you said the other day? You don't remember saying this?
Yeah, I remember saying it, but
because I'm trying to figure out if you got a short-term memory loss.
I'm giving them a shout out because they have created a culture of football players, of young men that want to play. And
I think you got it written down in there.
No, I don't have it written down anywhere in here. I just want to give them a shout out, right? Because I feel like they need that. They deserve that, right? You know, don't you need a shout out? Don't you want people? No, you don't need a shout out for the things that you do. You don't want people to acknowledge you for doing the things that you do.
God.
Why not? Huh?
I want God to acknowledge me for the things that I do. That's it. That's the only acknowledgement you need. Now, if you give somebody their flowers, that's a whole other thing. I don't want acknowledgement.
Flowers, acknowledgement, same
I don't
damn
want
thing.
I don't want
it's the same damn thing.
Just send me a bouquet.
Ain't nobody give you no damn bouquet. Flowers die. Don't give me no flowers. Don't give me no real flowers. Give me some fake flowers. It's
a part-time, temporary thank you.
Just give me the words. The words mean more to me than some flowers do.
Give me some flowers.
Yep. But yeah,
Lilies.
make sure y'all tune in. Saturday, 1 p.m. We will be live from the A-Field as these Chester Clippers take on the Academy Park Knights. I think that's what their name is, if I'm not mistaken. All right. But we got a couple more videos. We got a video. Let's talk about the young lady that decided to jump down in the sewer at the 501.
I'm care who got cash at. My cash, who got cash at? You got cash at? Yeah.
I want to ask.
Right there, $100.
Well, cash at me 600 then. It's like that. Probably not the fuck me.
She was already out of the sewer, right? So I don't think that was the first thing that they offered her.
No, they offered her $100.
To jump in the sewer.
They offered her $100.
After she came out.
No, she offered her the $100 to go in. They never showed a video from the beginning. They showed a video as she's like, oh shit, she really did it.
Right.
So now they're videoing.
So what did she jump in there for?
Some girl dropped her keys down there. They said the keys and the wallet, but I think it was just the keys. She came out with the keys. She definitely came out with the keys. She came out with the keys. I mean, I say this. You never really know what somebody's going through, and she may have thought she was helping, not realizing the joke was going to be on her. But I feel like this. She was helping. That's somebody you really honestly want to have around you. Right. And you don't know what she was going through that she needed that $100. Because guess what? If you listen to the video, when she got out, she didn't even have her own Cash App. She asked the babe, you got Cash App? Right. Because she going to Cash App it to you. Right. So you don't know what that person was going through. Everybody that made a joke about her, that thought that, ew, she got in the sewer, she needed that $100. And the babe said, I'll give her another $100. You should have gave her another $100 that night. Like, damn, you really did it. Here go two. Right. But at the end of the day, like, friends like that girl, hard to come by. Definitely. And she wasn't even friends with the girl who keyed. She went and got out the sewer. Friends like her, it's hard to come by.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They had all kinds. They said the O2 was now in the sewer. You got to pay $5 entry fee.
To get in the sewer.
Like
the O2.5.
The O2.5. But everybody that made jokes about her, y'all ain't got friends like her. Right. Her friends aren't her friends because they laughed at her. Right. But she is somebody that's always going to be true to whoever she stands by. Right. Period. You don't know why we not going in there because guess what? We don't need the $100. She's going in there. She need that $100. That's plain and simple as that. That's how I saw it. And when I looked at it, I'm like, damn, she really.
Is that true friendship because she needed the $100? Because I would think
no, it's not true. She's not the girl's friend. I'm saying that she's a true friend to whoever she's a friend to. And the fact that they laughed at her, she needs to see that they're not her friends. Right. She took off her shirt. She took off her sneakers. Right. She went down in that with her in her tights, bra, and socks. Right. Like, shit, bitch, I'm getting this bean.
Well, I thought that's not like pissy sewer water. That's just
rain water. No, but everybody's gonna make. Oh, they took the no.
And they just fixed the outlets. As you can see, it wasn't that messed up, right?
It's the rainwater. It's the side crate. It's not the one in the middle of the street. Right. But still being, she went down in the underground. Right. Okay, she came back. She got $100 out of it. Mm. She is definitely somebody that you want around.
So for 10 minutes of work, she made $100.
Yeah, she a true friend. I ain't jumping in this circle.
That means she makes $600 an hour.
Say that again.
For 10 minutes of work, she made $100.
She made $100.
So in an hour, she can make $600 an hour.
I'll get you some new keys. Nah, I'm not saying that. But when the babe was offering somebody to go down there and get her keys, she wasn't going to be able to leave. But I'm not saying that I would have got you some new keys. I'm not saying that she was that girl's friend. She didn't know. The girls didn't know each other. She just was like, I'll do it.
So you're going to call a locksmith for every lock that you have on your key ring? You got a house key, you got a bedroom key, you got whatever, a
all
car
kinds
key.
Of keys.
You're gonna call a locksmith for all that when you could just have. And listen, nobody forced her to go down there.
Nobody did.
Nobody tricked her to go down there. She did it of her own volition. She did it of her own free will.
Everything is a
joke.
A joke. Right. Everything. Ew, I would never do that. You don't know that girl's state. You don't know that girl. State of mind. Nobody know why she needed that $100.
What if she really didn't need the $100 and she just
was being nice?
She just wanted to be a friend. Because you don't have that, but there are people like that. Like literally, like I'll go down there, no problem. Like she not worried about what's down there because she can go in the house, take a hot shower or a hot bath.
She got now. See, this is where we disagree. Right. You got to wash the fuck off outside. You not even getting in my car at this point. You got to walk. You just came out the sewer. It's a lot that was wrong. But this girl.
So you ain't a friend.
Listen.
You gonna make her walk home?
Y'all got a trash bag?
She took her shoes off. She took her shirt off.
She still had her tights and her socks on, bro. She was waist deep in that shit. They caught her coming out. The waist down.
She wasn't dripping wet, though.
Them keys wasn't right there at the top. She went down in there with her. Her socks was wet. Look at the ground. Her socks was wet. The bottom of her tights was wet. She can't.
Look at her again coming out of this joint.
She could have got sick, and that $100 wouldn't have been enough. You're absolutely right. But at that time, that $100 was something that was I don't know.
I don't care who got cash at. My cash.
What do you mean? Give me a trash bag because she can't sit on the seat. But she's definitely a friend.
Well, cash out me 600 then.
She's
Like
one of those people
that.
that she's gonna go to bat for you.
All right, not the fuck me.
Oh no.
They gonna give her a job.
Ooh.
The Stormwater Authority, because they ain't doing that shit.
She gonna
Hire
spend
her
20 on an Uber to get home. So let's just say she did it for 80. Let's just say she did it. Let's just say she actually did it, right?
She did it.
As opposed to the other people that are doing. So then we go from, should I have moved? And this is a video.
This bitch going to
right,
fuck off. He cracking up.
that was shot up in Philly. And the question is, should I have moved?
Oh. Yo.
What did he do to his girlfriend to make her run him over?
Which car? That one?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, that hurt. Well, they ain't break. He ain't broke. His legs didn't break.
But look at your face while you watching it. Which car? This one? Ooh. But no, honestly.
Oh my God. Oh, you tougher than the car, huh?
Right,
Yeah, like
right.
his legs is not broke though. He didn't it ain't crush him or nothing. He must. Oh God.
Like Dip, you trust your girl enough to say she ain't gonna hit me with this car.
I don't know why.
Bullshit.
I don't know why.
I already seen it.
Then she drove slow, like she
Right.
rolled over him like a speed bump. Boom, 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 boom. Like no.
I want to know why his legs ain't break.
That's what I'm saying. It must have been a lot of air in the car. It's hard. So I don't know, but oh my gosh, oh man, that just made my leg hurt.
I'm just glad she ain't run over higher and she didn't get his waist because that would have crushed his pelvic.
I'm trying to figure out how he got up. Is it the shot? Something got to be broke.
You got to see the way he was walking. I couldn't get the whole joint because it cut off, but the way he was walking, like he was hurt, like something.
I'm sure he
It's a
was.
stress fracture somewhere in that leg.
And then and then he gonna go to the hospital and say he got hit by a car and not even gonna say it was her.
I'm gonna say it was her.
He ain't gonna say it was her because whatever he did to get hit by that car, he was standing there thinking it was funny first. Ha ha ha! The joke's on you.
He didn't say.
He was laughing. He was standing on the side. He wasn't mad like you better not. And watch it.
He telling her he like right now. He like, yo, what is you doing, man?
He wasn't like, he don't have anger on his face like he's upset about the situation.
She do. She come right.
I'd have thought about not when I seen that video. She did, bro. Yo, they said name something out of the ordinary that you hit a person with. Like, look at him. Look how he's standing there. He like, man, he's laughing, bro. He laughing, looking the opposite way. Wrong traffic pattern. Look how she looked though. She looked to the left. Now this whole ass out on camera.
Whole ass out on camera. He assed out for real. Look how he get up. Man, you got to see when he get up.
Oh,
man. He gonna feel it in the morning. Damn right, I'm going
He
straight to
felt
the
that.
hospital.
He felt that in 10 minutes,
I'm
bro.
gonna slam to the hospital.
He ready to stiffen up and everything, and he ain't gonna say that she did it.
Without hesitation, man. I'm going. Yeah.
He ain't gonna say she did it.
What could she have been thinking? What happened in that
He
moment?
cheated.
That's it?
He cheated. And she told him to get out because she found out. So she put him out the car right there. If we gonna think of the crazy mind of a woman, you gonna cheat on me, and then you think that you just gonna ride her. Somebody just said something to her to bring the feelings back up. You can get the fuck out. He's still standing out there laughing like, man, you a nut, man. You a nut. That's weird as shit. He's still antagonizing her. And she looked and boop, boop, boop. Speed bumped him right there. I'm just saying. First of all, guys play too many freaking games. You cheated. You came in. I'm getting in the car with you. You think I'm dumb? You gonna get me to pick you up from around the corner from this bitch crib? Yes. I can put a whole scenario together.
No, Mike.
I love that energy. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not good.
It is. That's a toxic relationship because when he went to the hospital, how much you want to bet? She nursed him back to health, and he didn't say it was her.
I'm telling.
Okay.
You have hit me with that. What won't you do to me?
Where'd you get hit at? I don't know. I was crossing on.
Man, bullshit. She hit me with a car. I got the video. This video out here. Check it out on Facebook. No.
Nah, he ain't cheat. She crazy.
He did some petty shit.
He
wasn't expecting her to be that
He
mad
cheated,
about.
I'm telling
Look at how
you.
he's standing there. If I'm cheating, there's no way.
Must be up north because folks seen it. Yeah. But guess what? They ain't tell either. They ain't call the ambulance for him.
Bro.
They ain't dial 911 for him. That nigga hopped his behind to the curb. He didn't even have a phone to call nobody. He done left that in the car.
He had a phone to call?
It wasn't on him.
It was on him.
Honey, the speed bump, Troyana. Let me tell you something about a woman and her feelings. I will run you over. And she meant that in a literal sense. Listen.
I sent the whole video to you, bro.
They said, and get DM, they said, what was the worst thing you ever threw at a person? At a girl, ladies, what's the worst thing you ever threw at a person? Somebody said a car. Of course, I had already hit somebody with a car, so I kicked the air conditioner out the window as they was walking out the door. It was right there. Boop.
No, this thing is sad, bro.
Why?
Nah.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
What you mean stop
Next thing I thought a nigga gonna be a bullet. Don't play with me. I'm telling you. I'm going to jail. You going to hell. Hey, we in the same boat. Like, don't play with me. No. Guys play too many games. They act like they single. They act like this when they out and they're away from their significant others. They out here making the women look stupid and all kinds of stuff, and then making her feel like she did something wrong and like she was the one. I'm suing her.
She going to jail. He on the ground, assed out.
A phone.
He get the hell up.
She said she threw a phone. I threw a phone too. I throw anything in my.
His legs is hurting. Look how he walking.
Air conditioner, Drew. A whole air conditioner. I kicked it right out the bedroom window. Boom, honey. It took me 2 kicks.
Knees up.
It took me 2 kicks, but and by the time that back door opened, the air conditioner was right. He said, "The fuck is wrong with you?" I said, "And take the air conditioner with you." Damn. Cold bitch. Listen.
So this is
I never been that mad at anybody. I don't want to risk getting locked up. I've been cheated on and just walk away. Oh, Christina, I'm treating back. First of all, before I walk away, I'm going to cheat back. Then I walk away. Them losing me will be their biggest regret. Yeah, they're going to regret cheating on me too. Right in the head. Blue.
I done got hit in the head with a phone. I done got hit in the head with shoes.
My cousin threw a pack of meat.
While you sleep, though. That's the worst. For you to get hit in the head with a phone while you sleep.
My cousin threw a pack of frozen chicken at her.
That's a brick.
A pack of frozen chicken. And D was like, my fucking eye hurt. She gave him a piece of steak. Listen, I'm cheating back. Before I leave, after you cheated on me, we gonna work this out. It's okay. It happened, but I'm gonna cheat back. No, you need to know that.
I'm never gonna
don't
believe
that
you wouldn't cheat back. I don't believe that no one ever says, "I forgive you." It's gonna be okay, and it's just gonna be okay.
Some people just honestly don't cheat.
No, they don't.
Some people just
those people have never been caught, and they
no.
Fucking
I think that
they fucking their cousins, so can't nobody say anything. They're cheating. Like I'm keeping it a bean. You're cheating. If you got cheated on by your chick or by your dude, and you cheated. You fucked your cousin.
Christina just said she's not cheating back. She said, I'm just going to leave. Their greatest regret is losing her.
She didn't say she's not cheating back. She said she's not doing anything to get locked up.
And she's not cheating back.
I don't see that. She didn't say that.
Listen, he cheated. Keisha. The bull cheated. She ran him over the car. I bet they worked that shit out later.
Now, that was over that stimmy money.
No, that wasn't over no bread, bro.
He claimed the kids and then tell her.
No, that wasn't over no bread.
That was some money. You ain't running nobody over for no car with no car.
I'm telling you, I'm tired of your shit. And then he's standing out there with that smug look. Some people don't cheat back.
Drew, I'm not trying to. So you've been in a situation where your chick cheated on you?
No, he didn't say him. He said some people.
Well, you can't speak for some people because we don't know everything. Let's just
exactly. So you can't say back. No. We can't assume that everybody cheats back.
I've met people that sit there and say, "Yeah, he don't even know I cheated." Man, I fucked my cousin. I said, "Huh? You fucked your cousin?"
I know somebody who didn't cheat back, and I cheated.
My cousin been fucking for years. Like,
the
what?
cousin. That's
You fuck
horrible.
your cousin? Yeah. She ain't gonna
I
he
got
ain't
hit
gonna
with
tell.
the old
Ain't nobody
phone.
gonna tell.
Who fuck? You know what? Never mind.
Who fucks their cousin? It's a lot.
Not me.
Listen.
I need to know who your mom is, your grandmom, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. What cousin is that? And their mom name is what? Yeah.
Yeah, P, that was it. He claimed the kids on the low.
No, I don't gotta bend over the money. I'm telling you, chicks won't. Chicks not.
Yeah, P, me personally. So he said he don't cheat back. He's been cheating on. He don't
Drew.
cheat back. I'm cheating back.
That's so sweet of him.
I'm
cheating first.
I got Becky
and back.
I'm not cheating first.
I'm cheating first and back. If I feel like you ready to bust a move, I'm gonna bust one first. I'm not now in this day and age. Not now. But when I was if I felt like one thing you never want to feel like is you're getting played by somebody that you're trying to invest your time into. So this is why relationships really don't work, is because everybody thinks that the other person is trying to play them.
No, I don't.
So you looking at them like, damn, they making the same moves as this person, and you start to compare them to past relationships. You're saying you don't now, but then you did.
No, I didn't.
We all looked at it like everybody was trying to play.
I didn't.
You didn't what?
I didn't look at it like I really came in like you're your own person. Like
Who? With everybody?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No, listen.
Bull.
So all right, so check this out.
Bull.
All right.
He's no.
Let's say I didn't have girlfriends when I lived with my grandma on the east side. I just had, fucking friends. You feel me? They didn't want, but they wanted to dick. So, but then my second girl, my first girlfriend, we wasn't really fucking. So you can't really consider her a girlfriend because we didn't consummate the relationship.
That's a lie.
But that's how I feel.
See?
Right.
So that's
then
bullshit, bro.
Girlfriend number 2, she was from the city, right? Everybody wanted her. I went to college, you feel me? And she ended up, fucking with my homie. You feel me? Then I went on a little horror spree, you feel me, in college. And then knocking off a couple chicks, you feel me?
And none of that was considered cheating.
I wasn't with nobody. We weren't together.
None of them felt like y'all were together.
Nobody.
None of them. They just knew that they was getting smashed.
What's up? Let me get some of that dick.
More, if they sounded that low, you should have shut the door back.
No, they didn't say that low.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, how you doing?
So
your Spanish?
did one person come back more than one time?
Absolutely.
So they came back several times. And did they ever meet another woman leaving out the room? They
were
thought it was
friends-
just
they were
about
friends
them.
with their girlfriends.
No, come on, bro.
Listen, I'm
y'all
trying
try
to
to make it seem like that this is not how it go. Gotta consummate the relationship.
We have to consummate the relationship.
Not the marriage, just the girlfriend and boyfriend
girlfriend
situation.
and boyfriend. You got to give me something.
I had a boyfriend and he ain't get none.
Well, he wasn't your boyfriend.
Yes, he was.
How you know?
He was my boyfriend. I just wasn't his girlfriend. See, it's a difference.
Oh,
It's a difference.
that's that shit I'm talking about. But
I'm just saying.
anyway,
The
she
best
did
2
her
minutes
thing.
of their life.
Best 2 minutes, shit. No, back then, I was a little bit, I was a little bit more thorough. I was.
You was younger.
I was younger.
Your stamina was higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was skinny. I was skinny P. So I wasn't all.
See
fat.
you, mom. See you, mother. But I'm just saying, it's like when women, if you hurt a woman's feelings, you can take her money. It's nothing like cheating on her. That's something she ran him over because he cheated. I'm telling you, it ain't got nothing to do with no money. She would know because that's what she's saying. He took my money. She's gonna talk about him.
But guess what?
He cheated on me. That's hurtful.
She can get the cheat back, and that's why I was saying.
No, I wasn't his girlfriend. He's
To
my
me, it
boyfriend.
was so small, right? You can get the cheat back by cheating and hurting the person.
Depending
but
on who you
can't
cheated with.
Guess what? She can't get that stimulus money back. That stimulus money, he done got it and spent it.
Bro,
She
I'm
ran
telling
him
you that.
over, bro.
No, it wasn't over no stimmy check. I'm telling you it wasn't over no stimmy check. Yeah, I know I wasn't his girlfriend. He was my boyfriend, though. He better not. Put your fucking hand out. I wish you would.
Ooh.
Now
He's
sit
a
down.
bully.
Sit down. Sit down.
Who was you talking to like that?
My boyfriend.
You definitely wasn't.
My boyfriend.
If he cheated, he would have been more on guard. He wasn't on guard. He was like,
Nah,
damn.
he didn't think he. I'm telling y'all, he didn't think he figuring he did it before. He'd do it. He did it before. She ain't act like this.
I've cheated
Listen,
several
they are
times.
in a toxic relationship.
I've cheated several times, and at every time
Thank
I
you,
was
Toriana.
I was aware of my
if you don't know
surroundings.
the pain that you put a woman through by cheating on her, you don't know. She literally probably sat there for a few seconds and contemplated, like, I'm so tired of going through this. I'm tired of this. Man, listen. And I'm telling y'all, he didn't tell that she did it. I bet she ain't going
definitely
to.
goes to certain people because she looked like she was a straight up maniac. Like she's skinny with no butt. They the ones that
She never listen. He
crazy.
cheated before. That's why he was standing there. He was laughing, y'all. He got a smirk on his face. He wasn't sitting there angry like this bitch just put me out the car. None of that.
Friday we gonna look at the whole video. Dante sent me the whole video.
Listen,
I'm gonna cut it out and we gonna say, listen, man, if you have any videos you want us to talk about, man, on CMP Radio down there on the morning meeting, man, send me your videos. I'll cut them up and we can talk about it. We can say how we feel about the videos. That's a new segment. What's on your mind? But no, we got one more video. We got one more video. Now this video was shot right here in the city of Chester. Yes, yes, the city of Chester is developing videos like this, man, and it's actually sad because it's right over town.
oh God, oh man,
Don't you ever? He knocked him slam the fuck out.
you know everybody else catch it on the delay, right?
He knocked him slam the fuck out.
I told you.
Boop, nigga. What the fuck?
He should have. No. Oh, no.
You gonna eat this?
Whoop!
He dropped the bag of chips. Bloop.
And he just walked off. And he just walked off. You drank the last of the beer. That's that fight.
Where my money at for my beer?
You drank the last of the beer. That's it.
I ain't got no money for you, nigga. What you call me? He got a big piece of wood. Yo, that was Overtown. Yes,
That was Overtown across the street from Showwells. That's
And,
across the street from Showwells.
And he definitely.
Y'all different. What, Jabri? That's what happened.
He definitely put him down.
The ambulance and the police were called. He was taken to the hospital to be treated. He's good. He's probably back over town today.
Absolutely.
It's going to rain. He'll be there tomorrow. He
Not
was
gonna
out there
keep-
yesterday.
They don't care about the rain. They be out there all day. I personally think that liquor store needs
What
to
liquor
be shut
store?
down. The fucking joint that sell the beer.
The Chester Pizzeria?
Yes.
Don't do that to
Shut
Judy
the
and them.
liquor store down. They can stay open and sell the food, but they sell too many beers to the people that are right there.
Okay. Are them people bothering you? They paying for their beer. They not even begging you for the $1.25 it costs to get the beer out the store.
Listen to you.
Are they bothering you?
They're not bothering me, but they bothering.
They ain't bothering nobody.
Nobody? So
They
it's
mind
okay to be
that.
over there beating each other up with pieces of wood. and
Listen,
shit like that?
me and my pop was riding down the street one day. These two men was fighting in the middle of the street. My dad get out the car like, stop it right now. I'm yelling, Dad, we ain't got nothing to do with this. The man broke his beer. He had a glass beer in the back. Now he turned around, he knocked the shit out of that. We don't have nothing to do with why they're fighting. They're not shooting one another.
He said one got the other kicked out of city team. They had to rumble about that.
You know what? I definitely will say that may be it. I'm just saying, listen, they
How is
don't
that liquor
bother.
store allowed to stay open?
They don't buy, and they close at 8 p.m. It's not like they're open.
And they get all the beer they could possibly
And
have.
guess what? They
Before
are
8
not
p.m.
bothering anybody. They not bothering the people that's patronizing the stores over town. They not bothering the cars that's coming through over town. They minding their business, enjoying their lives. The city was so ignorant that they took the benches from across the street by the phone store and the crab store. They took those benches up, which I feel like they should put them back. Like, that's where they was sitting at. They was minding their business. They were across that street. But because that Chinese man that owns that crab store complained, they took the benches up so they couldn't sit over there. But you can't take the bus stop benches because you gave them to the people to be able to catch the bus. So they sit there. That's the terminal bench. But they took the benches from over there underneath the tree. And I thought that was wrong. But them people are not bothering anybody. They have their own meetings. They sit out there. They play chess. They actually clean the yard, the grass area over there. They keep that clean. They don't drop their beer cans and beer bottles in the grass. Because guess who's not coming around to clean it up? The city not. Them people keep that section right there clean. All by themselves, minding their own business. That fight was between them two. It was not between them two and everybody else. They didn't put everybody else in it or nothing.
Yo, he cracked him with this.
And he walked right away.
And we're going to look at the video one more time.
They mind their own business, Drew. Shoot. They fine with me. He keep making the noises every time he hit him with that stick.
You can just
I
imagine
text
what
Kenny
he
and
said.
said, "You're not even protecting your way, bro." And guess what? This the crazy part. You can walk over town right now, and that man in that blue sweatshirt still gonna have that blue sweatshirt on like he ain't never do nothing. He ain't even go change his clothes or nothing. He's still gonna have on the blue sweatshirt.
Who's gonna press charges?
The man who got hit. How about that?
He ain't pressing charges.
He's not, because they're gonna share a beer later.
Just buy me a couple beers.
That's it.
Yo, that was crazy. Remember that
They
time
not-
you picked up that log
It hit
and
me
you
with
bashed
it.
me upside my head? Yo, I was out, bro.
Listen, they don't bother people, right? I watched the cops be so ignorant to them for absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
I watched the cop walk past, on the bike. He was riding past the man. The cop is on the bike. He snatched the beer out the man's hand, pours it out, and throws the can on the ground. Now, if the man would have threw the can on the ground, it would have been a problem. Them people are not bothering anybody. They stand there. You tell them they got to move from over town, so they move to the parking lot over there behind the Al Albert studio. They're not bothering anybody. They leave. They go wherever they sleep at nighttime, and that's it. They come back the next morning at 9. What other jacket he going to put on now? Hey, Kareem. Listen, they got clothes. They be out there. They be having on new sneaks and everything. Y'all want to know why I pull up over there? Y'all got food stamps for sale?
So they your people. You protected them.
Hey, boo.
Let me get all y'all cards. Come on, get y'all cards up.
Listen.
I'm going to go over here to the liquor store and get y'all all y'all beers.
That's
Make sure,
it.
look, you ain't
We are a family.
leave them alone because they good people.
No, but they're really not bothering anybody. Like, they're not in your way when you're walking down the street. They're not in your way when you're trying to drive down the street, nothing. They need to figure out who ran their car into their hair salon on the corner instead of worrying about them people over there drinking their beers and playing chess. Child, they clean up over there. They do. They walk up and down the street, them and that white man with the dog and the one with no shoes on, walk up and down the street and clean up over there.
That was definitely comedy.
This was comedy.
That was definitely
It was. And I don't know, just the food fraud division.
Food stamp fraud division. Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you, they ain't bothering nobody though. I'm for real. And when it's nice outside, it be lit over that joint. They got music playing. They be having music, their little speaker out. I mean, they got their own money and their own times and everything.
Yeah, they got their money from you because you bought the food stamp. Yeah, of course you know they got their own money.
They got radios and stuff. I was mad because one of them passed away. I forgot his name. He was a boxer back in the day. I forgot his name. He passed away. I want to say they found him over there. I was mad when I think
The
Miss
heavyset
Martha,
dude with the
dark
with the
skin.
dreads?
No, not him.
Okay.
Not him. He not homeless. The heavyset one with the dreads. He
They'll
not.
be wearing the box. They'll be wearing
They
the...
used to be up there on Curling Street too. No, he was never homeless.
He wasn't?
No, he actually had a lot of money. I don't know if he passed away or not, but he was a construction worker. When they was redoing the towers, the foreman got smart with him, and he go ahead because he was a bricklayer, so he took the bricks and was positioning them. And the foreman was like, "That's not your job." He's like, "It is." He was a bricklayer. Right. And the foreman got smart. They said he knocked the foreman's lamb off. That might have been his last job with the whole.
Been his last job.
Yeah, but he I don't know if he passed away or not, but he definitely was not homeless. Yeah, but no, I'm talking about I want to say his name is Tone Bebop or something like that, and he passed away. And guess what? He didn't need a fish fry. How about that? So that's the guy, the red, right? The one over town? Or you talking about Vernon? Vernon is the tall guy that be having the headphones on, and he walks up and down the street. Vernon got a couple dollars. Vernon ain't poor. He ain't homeless either. Vernon is from South Media. If you ever have a conversation with him, you find their stories. And then some of them you know from being in different areas. And Vernon walks up and down Edgemont Avenue and then go get in his car at the end of the night. You'd be surprised. They just because they out there enjoying life don't mean they don't have one.
Right.
So they out there, they got their own money, houses, and everything. And guess what? When I be out there and I be feeding the homeless, they ain't the ones that's coming to getting the plates.
Right.
You can offer them a plate during the daytime, but when you got to go and look for them, we was handing out coffee and hot chocolate and stuff like that in the wintertime, they are not the ones that sleeping down the parks and on the benches and over there by the donut store. It's not them. They leave. Vernon got bread and do. The guy with the dreads. No, he doesn't have. I think you talking about Nick. Mo. Nick has a rap. Nick is a rapper in real life, and Nick just turned 40. Kareem King 1, we fed him down. He came to our bonfire.
Oh, you had a famous song or something like that?
You talking about Nick? He talking about Nick. What's his name? Nick.
I don't know.
Nick the something. he talking about Nick. The guy with the dreads was working for the Union Hall. Being out there, like, don't get me wrong, they get in fights, but that's all they do is fight and go right back to drinking with each other.
Right. And that's how you know you friends.
Mm-hmm.
You can hit your friend with a log.
Yeah, but Nick has money.
Knock him out.
And he sleeps down at the Wooders Park. He has money. His family lives here in Chester. He refused to go home with them, he said, because they took all his money and stuff like that. Nick has money. And he sat down at our bonfire with us and had a Corona. He said, "Nah, I can't take this. This is that good beer."
This is gonna put me on my ass.
Listen, but they got some stories. They got some stories. If you ever sit down and talk to someone you feel as though is homeless or someone you feel as though is in need, they will tell you how they got there, and you'll be looking at yourself like, "Damn, I just got through something like that, and I ain't end up homeless."
Right.
But people just give up because they get tired of trying over and over again, and they just really look at life like everybody was against me anyway, so I'd rather be outside, because the people that are outside, they are together.
Right.
It is 2 white women at the Wooders Park. They wish you would come anywhere near their tent.
Right.
Honey, they will what? They don't tell you their name. They don't want to accept your goods. They go and they gonna make it either way.
Right.
So you just gotta go up and leave it. They'll find it and they'll get it.
That's how you know they friends. Right. That's how you know they friends.
For real. They
Hit a
don't
joker
play.
with a log twice, knock him out.
And now they drinking
Right
together
back
today.
together,
I
we
bet if we
drinking.
ride through over town, they there.
You get your pills.
You got.
You get your pills.
Come on, we going over Judy's and get a slice of pizza.
Come on, man. We gonna
Judy
eat.
and Sonny and them know them by name.
Right.
They know every last one of them over there. JoJo too. They know every one of them over there.
Wow.
But you just be looking, you be like, where you can ask them, where the dark skinned girl, with the low cut? They be like, oh, she'll be out here at 11. She owe you some money. And they'll take care of each other. Like I don't know. I like their little community. They don't
We
bother
gotta
me.
stick together. We gotta
Yeah.
stick together.
It be the new faces that I don't understand. I was like, where they come from? They be dropping them off here. They drop them off at our transportation center. When they get out of the county, they drop them off at our transportation center, or the bus gets them as far as our transportation center, and they drop them off here, and then they don't know how to get. They can't get from here because they only give them enough money to get to the Chester Transportation Center. Not Marcus Hook, not Linwood. Chester Transportation Center is their destination, and they drop them off here. And if they gotta go to Philly and they gotta go anywhere else that you get caught locked up over here, and they send you to the county.
Right.
You come from Jersey or somewhere like that, they don't give them no phone call, no nothing. Just take them to the Chester Transportation Center, and that's where they end up at.
That's bad. They're the ones keeping Pizza Shop open. Nobody buys the food like before.
No, but Isha, you gotta go in there and try their hot wings. The Chester Pizzeria got the best hot wings in the city. I lied to you not. They bang and they stay sold out. I'll treat you to some. I ain't lying. Chester Pizzeria got the best hot wings in the city right now.
Facts, the bus dropping right off there. See you.
Yeah. And that's why it's so many of them. That church step used to have like so many people on it at nighttime, and now they just make a move. We don't have a place to house them at.
Well, they
City
boarded
team,
that church up. They
did,
fenced
and gated it
up
off.
and gated
Yeah,
it
so they
off.
can stop sleeping on the steps. It's like,
Why not just open up the church, fix the church, and give the homeless people the space in there to stay in? You have buildings in this city that could be fixed up.
how
and could
about
be
we
used
say
as
we're going to
shelter.
do it so they can go ahead and do it? That's what happens. When you say you're going to do something, then they jump on it like, hey, so we was great. Open up this homeless shelter. So we was talking about how the women didn't have a place,
Right.
and they give City Team for the men,
Right.
and the Wesley House is for women and children.
But then right down the street, they have a place for the women, right?
Who?
On
North Street.
Right.
On North Street is for women, but like single women didn't have a place. So now City Team has a women's facility. They have women housing. Shout out to them for doing that. But just say we gonna do it, and the city would piggyback off of that and go ahead and do it, because that's what they do.
because you got a whole church.
You have a whole building across 291 across from City Hall too.
You have buildings in this area where you say, all right, listen, there might not be a lot of money, but there's enough money to keep that going. right? There's enough money. There's enough people in the city to keep that situation going.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, this is your church, right? Y'all have money. Fix it up, and make it a homeless shelter, and just put people in charge of it. You have to care more about the people.
How about you don't even have to fix up? You don't have to make the whole thing into a homeless shelter. How about you just do the bottom floor because it's big enough to section off in like 12 rooms
But they're more
with a shared bathroom, and then you can still have a church and a congregation upstairs. How about that? How about you have a multi-purpose room like the Salvation Army? Every church has a basement. It's called
every church.
Every church has a basement. Where do they eat at?
in the rooms onto the side. They build those,
or it's downstairs.
They build those adjacent buildings to it, so
No,
they can eat and do all
most
those
old
other things.
churches have theirs underground. Grace is underground. Bethany is underground. All of them have their basements.
They were
They
bomb
make it-
shelters back in the day too, so that church might have.
It's definitely a downstairs in that church.
That's a big church.
It's a huge church.
That's a huge.
They just
church.
had a wedding there like 2 years ago.
No.
Yeah, a wedding there. It was a whole.
The last time I was in that church was my friend's funeral.
It was a wedding there like 2 years ago.
That was what, 2000, 2001?
Wow. Yeah, the church is used for whatever it's used for. But it was a wedding there like 2 years ago, and they had the cars and stuff outside. And I assumed that it was nice. I didn't go, but they were renting the house on the side of the church. It was on the renters list. It's a 4-bedroom house on the side of the church. So there you go. You have space, but not even whole rooms, just like cute.
cubicles with
Yeah, with
beds.
beds. Yeah, make cots. But see, people don't think like that because it's no profit in that. I'm renting this room out.
You're not looking
It's
for
already
profit.
the church is a non-profit organization as it is. They don't pay
make their money.
taxes.
They make their money.
They get
They make
tithes.
their money.
They get
They
tithes
make their money.
off the
They make
tithes.
their money.
But it's the
They make their
tithes.
money.
They have to put it back
They make
into the
their money.
church
It's
and pay the pastor.
There's plenty
to
of
drive a
pastors
nice
riding
car.
around in Mercedes Benzes
From the
and
tithes?
Cadillacs.
So that's come from
and
the
they got
tithes.
suits on and Armani and
That come from the tithes.
I don't know where it comes from,
The
but the
building
church
fund.
makes enough money.
The building fund.
The building fund.
Yeah.
I'm about to put a building
The
fund
pastor's
sign up
plate.
right back here
The pastor's
so
plate.
I can get me a Cadillac. So I can build up the radio station.
Listen, they they just, I don't know, like they don't find a need in housing other people. If you don't find money in it, if you don't find favor in it, like that's how they do. Finances supersedes favor all the time. So those people will continue to be homeless over town if they are the ones in Ethelwaters Park and in Deshaun Park and behind Benny's and shit on the side of the last house on Holy City. I said, it's homeless people down the street. They like, no, it's not. I said, it is. They set a fire down that motherfucker. Yeah. So now they can't come down the block. Sorry, we don't have that. Listen, go around City Team. We're going to see if you can get a bed for the night. And City Team only has a certain amount of beds, and you have to be in by a certain time. And once you're there, you have to be there every night at the same time in order to occupy your bed, or you lose it. So, I don't know. But the city doesn't find...
There's too many restrictions. There's too many rules for people that and you have to slowly work people into understanding that you need rules in life. You do need rules in life, and
Right.
there are rules, but people that have been living on their own and been doing it their way for a certain amount of time, they're not trying to hear your rules, right? Your rules don't apply to their life. They're still broke. They're still homeless.
Right.
Or they have money and they just don't care about the money and they ain't worried about the money, and they'll die in the bank account and it'll eat all their money up. So opening up the church that's sitting there saying up until 12 o'clock at night, you can come in here. There's
No,
a
I don't
bed
think
for you.
12. I think 12 o'clock is too late.
12 o'clock is too late? Why?
Yeah, unless they work. Unless you work. City Team hasn't grown, and that's crazy. City Team has grown because they now have women facilities. They have grown, and the inside is completely different and everything
We
about
gonna
how.
get the people from City Team to come through here and talk to us.
Let's
about
go get them.
What's going on with them?
They have grown though. Like people, how it used to be, where you had to stand outside, stand in line, and hope you got a bed. No. So now it's. I know that I'm homeless right now. It's a transition period. They help you get a job. They help you, maintain housing and things like that. And you graduate from their program. And then you have to come back and have volunteer hours. So all the people the men that you see out there that be handing out food packages and things like that, they are a part of the program with City Team. They once needed help. But that be the problem too. Like once people get themselves together, they forget where they came from. They forget that they had slipped and slid before. But it's like this. No one really wants to help the homeless because they think they're better than. So no one really want to help somebody get out of that way. And we just was talking about DMX and the whole drug situation. The reason why DMX was so consumed with drugs because everybody kept saying he got it, because he kept saying he got it. When all along you're looking at him spiral out of control. So nobody really wants to help an addict unless they really love that addict. So when people are addicted to drugs and alcohol and things like that, and they start to lose things, people 9 times out of 10 say that's what they get. They didn't ask for help. I was crying for help. You just weren't paying attention to my cry. Like that's I just ain't see it enough. I'm just getting back home in the last 6 months. Oh yeah, I live around the corner from City Team, so I see it like all the time. Like it's a big difference from when my dad was making us go there and read the Lord's Prayer for the people. Yeah.
But see, your dad making you go there and read the Lord's Prayer gives you a love for those people. Gives you a love for the less fortunate and the people that don't have everything that you have. So you can't be mad at your dad for that because he definitely blessed you with that. And he
made me stand up in front of people and read the Lord's Prayer.
But he gave you the eyesight to care about. If no one
Everybody
cares,
wants to find the better side, and it was embarrassing.
You have to, but if no one cares about the people that no one cares about, then nobody cares. You understand what I'm saying? So the people that do care, the people that do step up, the people that do help during wintertime when you're out giving out coffee and donuts and blankets and sheets and giving them a couple minutes and burning the fire and talking to them, that's caring.
You know what's so crazy is because like I have a blanket drive. So in the wintertime, when it's called a cold blue. Right. So during a cold blue, that's when the temperature goes below 17 degrees outside. If the temperature is below 17 degrees outside, we got our heat inside on 90 or 100. At the max, you can get it. So just imagine being outside on 17 degrees and it's 17 degrees or below. So the blanket drive, you know, they're so modest and so prideful that they won't even accept your blankets, right? So I'm down there. This is how I meet Nick. So I'm down there at the Waters Park and I offered the blanket. He said, nah, I'm good. I said, well, you ain't got to take it, but I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have a conversation with you. I'm going to wrap up in this motherfucking blanket. You need to know that. Right. So after a while, he just was like, so why are you out here doing this? Like, they really want to know why do people come and help them. And most people come and help them and turn them in. Say they trespassing, tell them they have to move. These are public parks. So basically, they could be used for whatever. Mm-hmm. So you can't tell them they have to move. It's a public park. They say, well, the park closes at a certain time. Where's the signs at that say these parks are closed at a certain time? And if they're closed, okay, then that means that nobody from the general public is in here and they're sleeping here. They're gone before the park reopens and they've already cleaned up their space. So you'll find people that are so rude, they'll go around and tear it up and throw it in the trash, which is so rude because you don't want somebody to come in your house and tear up your stuff and throw it away. So why do you do that to them? They folded their blankets neatly, left them over in the corner. No one can see them, but you go and looking in the corner just so that you can throw it away so they can't come back tomorrow. Like they're doing something wrong in this park. So I'm looking at it like, okay. So then the women who are out on the streets, they feel as though they can't trust anyone. They look at it like, well.
There it is.
What?
Linda Freeman.
What she said?
City Team has grown leaps and bounds. We would love to have a representative from our team come and speak with the community. Absolutely. And you can definitely
come on
do
up,
that.
Miss Glenda.
Right. Inbox me your number or whatever. Uncle P at cmpradio.net. You can send me an email. Mm-hmm. Or 484-802-2383 is my phone number. You can call me. Mm-hmm. We can definitely talk about you coming up here and talking
or someone
about the things
if you don't feel comfortable,
right? Or a couple different people, right?
Or we can come to you.
Or we
can come to City Team.
We could definitely come to City Team.
And we can walk through and show how much they've grown.
Absolutely.
So we could come over there because City Team still does the holiday baskets as well as the toy drives and things like that. They still give out milk and Pampers for the kids, for the infants. City Team still does a lot of things that they once did in the community and then some because I'm the females program. I just learned of that in the last 48 hours. So I just look at it like people don't want to help other people who are in that position because they don't believe it could be them. Wow. When you have one foot in the door and one foot out, you don't know when your bad luck is going to come. So therefore, giving the helping hand, it says when you can't fast, you have to feed how many people?
At least 30.
At least 30 people
throughout the whole fast, right? So one a day.
So if you can't fast, you have to feed people. So that in turn gives you a blessing. Right. And you don't have to do it just because you're looking for the blessing. You have to do it because you genuinely think that this could be me. Right. And that's the problem. People never think it could be them. Oh, I'll never be homeless. I hustle like I'm broke every day. No, it could be you. Those hard times come. And then your blessing come because you make so many promises to God in that time. Like, God, if you just get me through this, I won't do this anymore. Right. And God, if you help me through this, I won't do that. And when we were doing the last Sunday supper, I felt so bad that they took that from us. That, let me see his stomach.
You took it from me?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God. That's how we lost it.
How?
Because he was on the board of the Salvation Army. I swear to God. Said we didn't have no reason to be in there. Mind you, we left the kitchen clean and stocked. We fed all the workers that was there and all the people that was there.
Hold on, time out. So, how did the Sunday supper start?
It started at the gallery.
Right. Kenny
said, hey, listen, can you make me a couple pans of food? You know, we're going to hand it out. And me, Sherry, he had us all coming in, and we was packaging his food up, and he was just handing it out outside, taking it to the city team, taking it to the Salvation Army, taking it to, and then we started to call. It became bigger. Right. We started to call and say, hey, we're going to do this the next Sunday. And we started to call the facilities to see how many people they had occupying this facility and this, and it got too big for the gallery. Right. So we had to find another place. Right. So my sister was working at the Salvation Army. I'm like, hey, sis, what's up? The Salvation Army, is it an operable kitchen in there? So come to find out, the church was using it too. So the church comes in on Sundays. They sell dinners on Fridays. The church comes in on Friday and Saturdays. They sell dinners for their congregation, and that's how they kept their church afloat. So Sundays it was open. So all right, well, we're gonna have. Is it possible that we can use the facility? So before they had this new board member come to the day, she went. She said, "Hey, listen, my sister and I want to come over." Blah 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 blah. So we ended up in the Salvation Army. So we called it the last Sunday supper because that's the last supper, right? Right. So we hosted it on a Sunday. So we took time from our family. We came and we cooked them a decent meal, not just slop. The church was giving them leftovers. Right. The church wasn't even making sure that they was eating. The people disrespect to that church.
What was in the meals? That's
I don't know, but they was making them buy.
I'm saying your meals.
Because the church was making them buy the meals. Right. Now we have had. One Sunday we had baked chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, duck, fried chicken. We had potato. We had a Sunday meal, turkey wings with gravy over rice. Like, you got a real meal. You got a dessert. Then we had the fire department from our, is it Boothwyn Fire Department? One of them came in. We had barbecue this day. And then we had other companies come in. Like Sherry was on the committee that was getting people to donate their services, and we sat down and we had a meal with these people. We didn't just feed them. Right. We sat down with them and had a meal, because guess what? This could be us. It was more young people than it was old people, and it was a great program. And then one Sunday we was told we couldn't come back.
So who told you couldn't come back?
They had to tell my sister to tell me. And she was like, I'm fighting with them now, or whatever. Like, she left that job behind that. They was basically trying to say we were trespassing, but one of the representatives had gave us authorization. We wouldn't have been allowed in if it wasn't for that. So they were like, the church complained and said the kitchen wasn't clean, which was a lie, because guess what? One thing about someone who's displaced from their own personal home, they never want to feel like you get them anything. So guess what they was coming in doing?
They was cleaning.
Helping us clean up. Right. Getting the dishes, cleaning them up, putting them back, making sure the stove was clean. We was sweeping. The kitchen was more clean at that time than it was before we got there.
When you got there, right?
So it was like that. But when they told us we couldn't do it no more, I'm like, bro, like, what we gonna do from now on? Like, where are we gonna go at with this? And it died down a whole lot, but we still give back in some way. Like, if I can't make the 150 to 200 meals that we was making that day, right, we still feed somebody throughout on the last Sunday.
Absolutely.
So you might find a family. We were still taking the meals. When they was, because Second and Norris and the Wesley House wasn't coming, so we were taking the meals to them, delivering it to them. They had 102 people out of like 56 families inside of the Wesley House, and then Second and Norris had 27 families with women and children. So we would take it down there to them. And you're not going to stop us. No, you can't stop us. So then they find a way to say, you don't have a permit to do that, to solicit. So then they started telling them they couldn't accept outside food. Like, what? Are y'all going through this much trouble so that y'all can say that we? It wasn't about the actual act. It was about the person performing the act. So you got that big of a... It was
you.
Me.
Right. So this is what I say to people that try to stop people from doing. You're only putting harm on yourself. You're only exposing yourself to other people to be the hater that you are. There is no one more concerned about the people of Chester than Nafa T. Williams. I'm gonna say that because I've seen it from her heart. I've seen her give. I've seen her talk to the young men. And if she believed in herself just a little bit more, right, she could do, something great for the city of Chester. But I'm gonna use her as my battering ram to knock down doors and yell at people and fuss at people. I'm gonna throw her in like a motherfucker throwing a live grenade into a situation. Go ahead, Naf, go get them. And that's what she loves to do. See that smile on her face? She loves to do that. So for Mr. Let me see your stomach. I didn't know that you did that. I didn't know that,
when he was a part of the board.
Right.
Oh, they don't have no reason to be in here. Oh, and it was crazy because it wasn't even a seat available. It wasn't like it was a vote for the seat to be available. I don't even know where it came from. I was just there at Christmas time, and that's how I knew that they were allowing other people to do it, because at Christmas time they were giving out Christmas trees and no one knew. So I'm like on the phone telling them, hey, city team, Salvation Army giving out Christmas trees if you need a Christmas tree. Right. And they did it for like a whole month. Someone donated like 1,000 Christmas trees to them. I'm like, yeah, they giving out Christmas trees right now. Like you will pull up to the door, the man come out, put it on your car, no questions asked. Right. Like, you don't got to say you got a Christmas tree from the Salvation Army, because people are so prideful that they think that that's an embarrassment. Shit, I got my Christmas tree from 2 years in a row.
$25, $35.
$55 on my behalf because my kids like ferns. Yeah, they do. The live grenade. And I liked it because guess what? For the good, I'll go to bed.
Right.
If I feel like you taking advantage, like I thought that was so wrong. Like, you don't understand, like, we ran our own businesses. We still had things that we were doing on Saturday night and taking our time on Sunday morning. We got up, we went there, we cooked fresh meals. We came with cases of foods and left enough left over, like eggs and stuff like that, like for the church. Right. Like, y'all still got all this stuff. We're not using your stuff. We're leaving the stuff left over. That pantry over there was bare. The cupboards was bare. Ain't that what the old people said? Mm-hmm. The cupboards was bare.
The cupboards were bare.
They had stuff in there, like, it wasn't for the adults.
Mister, let me see your stomach.
Let me see your stomach.
Let me see your stomach.
Yeah, but that some people sleep good at night by knowing they shut down just the individual, but not really like realizing the greater harm that you did. Like, I still see them and they be like, "Are y'all coming back? Are y'all gonna come back?" We can't come back to that facility, but that's not gonna stop us from eventually being able to do it. I tried to get the church down by the project off of 3rd and Parker. Somebody brought it. Like, it's so much spite going on. Like, the church was available. That church is a perfect space for a kitchen and a what you just said. Say it again.
A homeless shelter.
Shelter. That's what I was trying to get to, the shelter word. But people are so spiteful. Like, they don't want to see you prosper. They don't want your blessings. My blessings are going to continue, because guess what I will do? While my family is sitting down eating dinner, I'm outside finding someone else that needs a dinner. Right. At Thanksgiving time, I said, you can't come in, but you can definitely pull up and get a plate. Right. I meant every word. I can't come out and find you because of the pandemic that we're in, but I promise you, if you can make your way here, and my address is known to man, you can come and get a plate.
Get a plate.
I gave out a lot of plates. Period. You can't stop me. I'm not going to see somebody suffer and somebody starve when I know I have the ability to help in some way. And I'm not bragging or boasting, and I'm not saying what I do is more important than what you do, but I ain't standing in no building saying I did it by myself either.
There's no need in that. It doesn't serve the purpose. And when you serve a greater master, when you understand who truly is in charge of life, you understand that you can't go around just accepting gifts and not giving gifts back, because your hands become full. So to give or to receive, you have to have empty hands, and you have to give to people. You have to help people. You have to give a listening ear, a helpful hand, a kind and appreciative word, right? Mm-hmm. You have to give these things to people so that we can grow. And if for so long we just stopped doing that. So right now, I need everybody to understand, city team is here, the Wesley House is here, right? But the city of Chester, we might need to do some things. So
community action, second and north.
Community action, right?
We need, because they're dropping so many people off. And then, like the lady from up on 9th and Butler, 9th and Butler. Like, after they took her stuff from down in front of Sacred Heart, Everest Care Center now, after they took her stuff and they locked her up, I have not seen her since. They took all her stuff and threw it in the trash. It was unimportant to them. Those cops out there, my dad jumped out that car, ho, 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 what you doing? Like, I take the stuff. Don't just take her stuff. You don't know what it means. And it was books. It was mainly books. It wasn't like she had food stash for a rainy day and things like that. But like, it wasn't anything that was going to bring harm to her sitting there on that bench resting for the day.
So they looked at her like she was beneath them.
They
She
looked,
wasn't
and
a
she
human
was,
being.
and she was causing a ruckus in front of at the time it was still community hospital. It wasn't an image they were really willing to keep, and it's such a shame because people look at people of less fortune with embarrassment, and I don't, because guess what? Are you embarrassed when you don't have it? Are you embarrassed I'm embarrassed when I have to tell my children I can't do something. Right. That's my embarrassment. Right. That's one slip from me being them and my kids having to be homeless. A family was living in a car. They towed the car. Like, what is wrong with you? What did you tow the car for? It wasn't unregistered. It was just parked in the wrong place at the wrong time.
But they don't need to have a car. They don't need to have these things. They need to go do something. And when you don't care about how people, where they live at or what they do, and you don't show that little bit of humanity that's supposed to be inside of you, man, it wears you down, bro. It really does. I know for a fact. For a long time, I didn't care where people ate at. I'll destroy whatever. But then once I understood, humanity, right, loving everybody, people are different. They're not supposed to be just like me. They're not supposed to have the same things that I have. And if they don't have, then I'm supposed to give. I'm supposed to give. It's my job. If I have enough to give, I'm supposed to give. So, everybody in this city, right, that gives, continue to give. And everybody in this city that isn't giving, give to somebody.
You got to start somewhere. Man. Your neighbors are going through so much suffering, and you just walking in your house and acting like they're not. It's a girl that walks up and down my block, and I'm trying to get to her, but every time you talk to her, she's like frightened. Right. She walks. It was so cold outside, like icicles coming out your breath, like, and it just freezing in midair. She ain't got no coat on, flip flops, and a summer dress, walking up the street. I said, "What the hell?" I looked. I said, "Where the hell she come from?" Right. Then 2 hours later, here she come walking back down the street. Then you don't see her no more for the day. She do it about 3-4 times a day. And I'm like, all right, who is this girl? So now somebody say, hey, did you see the girl that was walking up the street? Do you think she got a coat? She need a coat. Because one thing about that block, they going to make sure you good. Because if you not, none of us are. No, I ain't see. I seen her. I ain't asked her if she need a coat. Well, I'm going to ask her next time you see her. So now we all trying to find her. Not realizing she's actually going into this one particular house. So we like, all right. So somebody stopped her and said, hey, do you need a coat? No, she keeps on walking. But she's mentally unstable in some way, form, or fashion. And we watch as the delivery driver comes, when they come to drop the food off. They eat out every day. I can tell you everything that they eat every day, what time is coming and everything. It's the same thing. It's the routine. Wow. The door opens. The delivery driver standing there with the food, and they snatch it through the crack. They don't even open the door all the way up. They just put their hand out, take the food, and walk away. So I'm like, okay. So now we've been paying more attention. Come to find out it's a baby in the equation. The girl just had a baby.
Wow.
Where's the baby? When does the baby go to the doctors? Where's this kid at? I said, something traumatic happened to this girl. So now you got to see the block. They like, here she come again. Hey, baby, how you doing? She'll wave, and she'll keep moving. Before she wouldn't even wave. Right. Hey, sweetheart, you okay today? And she'll wave and shake her head. Then she came out the house, the whole face painted. I said, what the fuck? Whole face painted orange. She walk up the street, walk around, come back. I'm like, all right, bet. So, but now she's starting to speak to the older people. And the older people are like, so has anybody figured out what's going on with her? Right. Well, let's go knock on the door. First of all, y'all not going to go knock on no door. No, you're not. Not them seniors around there. We're going to find out who house this is, though. Right. So we asked the people down at the end of the block, and they said, there's an older lady there living in there. They own the house. And she had some complications. So everyone takes turn helping with the baby, but they can't get a hold of her to get her help because she'll fight them. Right. So I'm like, all right, well, eventually she's gonna come out here and jump rope with us, but we ain't gonna give up. Right. So, but we have them all over the place. If you don't care about your neighbors, if you don't care about what's going on with them, then your household suffers too.
Your household definitely suffers. If not right now,
it's soon enough.
Wrong, right? If not in your generation or your kids' generation or your grandkids' generation. You have to care. You have to teach your children how to care about others other than themselves, right? Above them, not above themselves, but right close. close enough where if I'm eating, you should be eating as well. And I used to say it all the time. If I walk into the Dunkin' Donuts and you're complaining about your coffee being cold, and I just order, and I don't say, yo, fix her coffee, then I don't care. There's nothing that I care about. So I'm only worried about me. And we got to get out of that me mindset. Me, mine, what I have. No, it's us. It's we. It's ours. And until we come to that conclusion, man, we're going to continue to have the troubles that we have today. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's definitely crazy.
Well, it's our city, though. And when that cold blue hit, we called the police station. The very first year we found out about the cold blue, because when cold blue hit in Philly, they take and arrest all of the homeless people. They don't arrest them. They go pick them up and make them come inside. They have to go to the roundhouse. That's why the roundhouse in Philly be so overcrowded, because they make them go inside, so they don't freeze. They be laying on the heating grates on the ground to keep warm and things like that. So the cops, their job is to ride around, pick them up, and make them go to the roundhouse. You're not under arrest. You can leave in the morning time, but you can't sleep out here at nighttime, because once the temperature drops below 17, it's freezing. Right. And freezing, it's a freezing degree, not freezing as in cold, freezing as you won't live till tomorrow. Right. Your organs won't make it. Right. So we called the Chester Police Department to ask them. This was like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we started this. And they said, we are so sorry. We do not have a place to house them. We can't just go take them off the street. We have nowhere to place them. And most places ask for identification, and 90% of them don't have IDs on them. Right. So we have to mind our own business. Yes, we do. And that is our business. That's the problem. People don't think that it is, though, Keisha. They think that their own business is just what's for them. Right. It's not with others. But when we found out that they didn't have a cold blue protocol, like Maine from Sunny Services and all of them were offering me houses, but I had nowhere to get. I had no way to get these people here. Right. Like I couldn't. It was one he offered me one up the Gardens. He offered me one on 291. He offered a few spaces. He said, "Now if I can offer this to you, because we're not doing nothing with it right now, but then you have to fix it up and make it the code." Okay, I was fine with doing with that, but I still didn't have a way to get them there, because it has to be at some point. It has to be. I don't want to know what you went through. I want to know what you went through, but I don't want to stop you from being able to progress. Right. The white ladies down at the Wooders Park wouldn't get their information because one of them was on the run. And while she was on the run, I totally understood. I'm like, damn, sis, like, for real? She like, yeah, it was me or him. Right. I totally get that. But they're all running from something. And it's whether it be their families, whether it be somebody who sexually assaulted them. The lady on 9th Street, she was running from the person who assaulted her in the shelter. And things like that. They're all running from something, and they have no idea as to how to deal with it. And no one wants to really take the time to help them. They just want to house them temporarily, and then they throw them back out and start it all over with the system, because it's about $1 for them. But, I am who I am. And it's not going to stop me. Let me see his stomach. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me from doing, what I'm called to do. And it took me a while to get to that mindset, because I was so hurt. My kids was like, Mom, we going back to the Salvation Army. Like, they was up in the morning time. Let's go shopping. Let's do this. Let's do that. Ready to go. Kenny and his kids, Sherry, Kenny's sister, my sister and her children started to come. And then I started offering it for community service reasons. Like, you come, you help, we clean up, we leave, and that's it. You get your community service signed off on, stuff like that. But, like, they were so mad. Like, you're so mad because you didn't come up with the idea. Just come in and help out. Come in and have a meal with us. I was telling people, come on over. Listen, this food is cooked with love. This food ain't put together because they got to eat. This food was put together because we want to eat with them. And we want them to understand that we didn't leave them behind and we didn't forget that they were here. So, if anybody knows of a kitchen that I can use that can feed in the masses, I'm willing to restart my last Sunday supper. I'm off on Sundays. You just joined.
I did. I'm tired, bro.
For real?
Through Tuesday nights, I'll be up all night. I had to get all this stuff together this morning. I'll be up early. You think it's just come in here at 9:45 and do the show?
Push the button.
No.
I walked in here this morning. I was like, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm here.
It's a lot.
It was a rough morning this morning.
And I'm dealing with,
Need more transitional housing. Yep. That way they are not being thrown back into the streets and able to themselves together, get resources to do better. That costs money. I'm gonna tell you that costs money. Transitional housing costs money, and most people who come home from jail, if they don't want to go back into the same environment, they end up on the streets. They end up in situations, toxic situations that puts them back in jails. Transitional housing, once a person becomes homeless, everybody else forgets about him. They be like, man, I ain't seen him in like 5 years. Where he been at? Living down on 291? In what? A house? But you know, you can't force people to have understanding, Keisha. So, like transitional housing, it will become, in my opinion, it will become something that the city will stop us from doing. It's such a shame.
It is.
Until we change administration, though. So if we change administration, we get the new administration to help us, because they will come in with the mindset that we can't have people on the streets, because when people are on the streets, it get a city a bad look. So then they will help us with transitional housing. I keep an ear out for a kitchen for you. Thank you. So they will have transitional housing. And you know what's so crazy? Because when John Doggies was open, after it turned from John Doggies to, I think, CNS's, my pop was over there helping Mr. Silk out a whole lot. And my pop would take food outside and feed them. He would buy it, take them outside, and give it to the people that was out there. And people didn't understand, like, why he keep doing it? Because they couldn't afford to come in the store and eat. But guess what? He was feeding them, and they was cleaning up.
Right.
Like, they pick up the trash out here. I don't get out here and pick up the trash.
Right.
They do it. And they don't leave their beer bottles and their chip bags and their candy wrappers all over the place. They throw it in the trash can. You put a trash can over there on the side of the benches. The next summer, the benches was gone. But, you know, get in the administration. Get in there. What you mean?
Get in the administration.
What that mean?
Run for office.
I drink, girl, and cuss. And I'm a felon.
She's such a liar. Well, listen, you can cuss, because, I mean, you can drink, obviously. And you can cuss.
And take a nap.
Obviously.
And make that bad decision. And a lot of things. We got to change all of that. You can't drink to be on administration. You can't fall asleep at the council meeting.
You can't be human.
You can't make bad decisions by hiring cops that are sexual predators. You can't do all of these things. You can't not look out for the city, whether they are housed here or not. You can't be that person who feels as though your pockets have to be full while everybody else's stomachs is empty. You can't be that person who gives yourself a raise that's equivalent to some people's pay. You can't be that person who thinks that as long as I'm good, I'm good. You cannot be that person. No one is perfect. No one is perfect, not at all. And I know y'all listening, because it's mighty funny we talked about City Team and they pop right on here. So we know y'all listening.
So they all be listening?
They be listening. You can't say, oh, somebody told me what you said. No, I'll tell you what I said. I said you shouldn't have gotten a raise for a whole 9 months. While other people were laid off and not able to pay their bills. You shouldn't have gotten a $17,000 raise when your trash men who pick up your city trash barely make $17,000 a year. You shouldn't have gotten a $30,000 raise when no one else in the whole entire city hall outside of city council makes that amount of money. So that's not fair. You cannot do that. You should not be in this office if you think that you are more important than the city that you govern. If you think that your next meal is more important than that girl down the street who can barely feed herself and her children is more important, then you shouldn't be in office. You have to have some type of compassion. At one point in time, I thought you did.
What does good city government look like?
Not them. The opposite of them. I said what I said. It doesn't look like them. City government looks like us. That's the God's honest truth. It looks like the people who actually gets out here and feed without favor. They get out here, they clean up before somebody tell you actually got to get in the streets and clean up.
Oh, no, Jim, you spelled that wrong. You about to get cussed out.
What in the world?
It's Nifate.
That was close, though. That was close. It was close. It's just the A.
You only giving him close because he's white.
No. That was close. Most people spell it Nafite. He spelled it Nafate. It was close. It was closer than most. But you can't. You be specific.
Nice. You
want me to be specific. So here it is. When you are a part of a city government, when you are a part of our city government, you have to worry about your citizens first. You have to. At first, it was a worry about the taxes being raised. So they said they would keep the taxes at a low minimum.
Right.
Then the taxes slowly but surely went up. The school taxes, went through the roof. Okay, fine.
We paid low
taxes forever, but our city worked. So somebody talked about us being at Act 47. Act 47 is just a payment plan with all of your bills compiled into one, and you pay it. We were paying that. So when the receiver came in, because they stopped paying that, oh man, but you still paid yourself. You still paid yourself. You have to understand.
She is always nice to white people. But go ahead. Carry on.
Definitely being nice.
You done cussed out so many people. I done watched you cuss out so many people for
I didn't even know that the man was white. Why do y'all keep saying he's white?
Yeah, you did.
No,
You did. Look, you turning colors.
So nonetheless, I'll get it right. See, not for two.
Look.
He listens.
You give second chances at everything. Yo,
That
you
is
done
such a
cussed
shame.
out so many people.
But with
That's
city
not my name.
government,
Who the fuck you talking to?
you have to care about. It's okay. I totally understand you feel as though you're not making enough money with the salary that they offer, so you take a little extra, but you can't take it all. Right. You can't be the person who takes the whole $5 when 3 of it was allotted for the school. 1 of it was allotted for the citizens. You done took the whole 5. Only place that looks nice is yours. You done made sure a playground was put up in front of your house.
When did that happen? When did when did they give themselves a raise? Like
During the pandemic.
I don't think it was during the
It
pandemic.
was during the pandemic.
Couldn't have been.
It was during the pandemic. It was during the pandemic they gave the raise last year, 2020. Right after my father's funeral, they came through and said they got a raise. I said, who got a raise? They said, you're not going to believe this shit. I said, what? They said that and I'm got a raise. I said, for what? 20,000. I told you.
You did.
They got a raise.
You did.
You like, nah. Like it was funny. I'm like, I'm telling you. So when they talk about
funny
it.
to me. It was because with all the things that are going on in the city and everything that's wrong with the
Oh,
city.
let me correct it. Thad didn't get a raise. He demanded his pay from the first year he started. You know, when he was still the
Right.
state rep.
Right.
So he didn't take a mayoral pay. So he demanded his pay from then. Wow. That wasn't brought on a city council meeting. That was a closed meeting. So I don't want to be, incorrect. But you can't be that person. You can't be the person who thinks it's more important for you to have money in your pocket when your citizens are suffering so bad. That money they use for a raise, they could have started to build a rec center. It's transparent, right? They tell what they're doing, and every government is supposed to be transparent and tell what they're doing and leave an open trail. They try to, mess it up or whatever, or block it off so that we can't see it. But our citizens also have to care. In order for us to have a good, transparent government, our citizens have to care enough that they show up at the meetings. They have to care enough that they understand what the meetings are about. They have to care enough that they are actually questioning, hey, why my street light in front of my house don't work? Because it's there, it's just a pole there, there's no light on. They have to care. Our citizens have to care first. If our citizens don't care about the areas that they live in, then our city will suffer even more. Because guess what? They shouldn't have been able to get themselves a raise because the citizens should have been there. They shouldn't have been able to steal that money from that movie that was shot over there because the citizens should have been there. The moment that trailer pulled up and those lights pulled up and we couldn't get down that side of Edgemont Avenue and we couldn't get down 5th Street, the moment that happened, we were supposed to question, well, what are they doing? What is going on over here? See, I'm newsy. I asked, hey, how you doing up there? What y'all doing? Are y'all shooting the second part of Creed? Okay, y'all paying us to be here? Yeah, we took it up with the city government. The moment they did that, you got to be that newsy. That's when you're newsy because guess what? That whatever money they paid the city government was supposed to be used for the city, not them. Not them. Go ask them for their audit books. Ask them, can you see their payment schedule? Ask them that they pay the electric and the water bill.
Well, we've been asking for these things since CMP opened up.
Yeah, transparency for sure.
Accountability, transparency, and communication.
They promised to give it to us, but they ain't.
They promised to give it to us.
They come at election time.
And then they disliked us for the people that we choose.
They didn't dislike us. Say what they did.
They disliked us.
It wasn't us.
It wasn't us. It was just you.
It was just me.
It was just you by yourself.
Yeah, you just had to. You felt it. They started inviting you places without me,
Right.
so it was just a me.
Right.
But they ain't have to invite me. I'm coming anyway.
Right.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
So, but it's like they dislike me because they dislike my dad. Because my dad was the city.
Right.
You understand? Like his fight for the city was something different. His fight was personal.
Right.
Because he knew his part in destroying the city.
Absolutely.
So his rebuild was definitely worth everything, every ounce of his life.
Right.
So then he got a lot of kids. So when we walk around looking like Jehovah's Witnesses, talking about why we need to put the guns down, why it's so important for us to stand together, they like, here come these motherfuckers.
Right.
And we had a fight behind us. The fight was important. The city was important. The citizens was more important.
How many
Government
sisters you
didn't
got?
matter. What?
How many sisters do you have? You don't know?
I do.
You can say how many sisters you have.
I got 10.
All right. 10 sisters. How many brothers?
4.
4. Right.
You just made me say that out
They
loud.
only invited P because he kisses their. Ooh.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. They tried to shut me up one time, and he must have been so mad, y'all. When they tried to shut me up, he came in the house. He was like, he came in the house. He came in the station. He was like, "You can take your muzzle off. Get him."
Get him.
I said, "For real?" He said, "Yeah." This was, when we was on the other side. He said, "So and so might be mad, but you
give a
got
fuck.
this." I don't give a fuck what they say.
I have been told by numerous people, right? Fire Nafati, get rid of Nafati. People hold you back. But the one thing I know about working with Nafati is she's going to call it how she sees it. She's going to tell you exactly how she feels. And she is the one person I can pick up the phone and call when I need. For me, that's all. I don't care what she says. I don't care if she sits here and calls out every mayor, everybody, and talks about their personal life, and it doesn't matter. When I need an interview done with a person that I feel as though Nafati's that person I call, right?
Oh, that poor lady from Chester Township. Oh, poor little Tink Tink. She was like, what she say? Something, sweetheart.
Right. And she called me back the next day. She was like, no, you need a person like Nafati. Nafati is the spirit of Chester. She is the people that want to know questions. And I understand this from the moment I asked you to be a part of the radio station. I knew that you had a spirit in you, right? That I never say die, never, oh no, that's okay. Because I can say that because I own the radio station, and the radio station has to be able to go everywhere. But my personalities don't have to say that. The people that work for the radio station, the people that are asking the questions, they don't have to say that. She feels she's on this side of the fence. I can sit on the fence and look over on both sides, but she's on this side of the fence. So when she says something, she means that shit. And I can see where she's coming from when she says it. So no, I don't kiss anyone's ass, Dante. And I will chop a couple heads off my damn self. But it's only after you've pissed me off.
Yeah, you got to make him mad. Because he'll just be like,
Nah, I ain't worried about that
I
shit.
ain't worried about that. It's another way to do it.
Right.
I feel like I want to do it this way, I'm going to do it this way. That's it, point blank, period. And if you don't like it, you ain't got to like it. And if he tell me I can't say something, I'll wait till I get home and say it.
And she'll go live on her own page. Like,
Let me tell y'all.
and I'll be like, nah, shut your phone
He
up.
be right on my phone. Get on,
Oh my
get
God.
on the live. Then I tell
This
you what
nigga
I'm
all
saying.
on my live watching me and shit. But that's the only way to have true transparency. That's the only way to have true accountability is to allow the people to ask the questions that are needed to be asked.
And you answer them back. Instead of
that's
saying,
it.
where did you get that from?
No, you're crazy. I didn't do that. But
How do you know these
But
things?
see, for so long there was nobody here to do that. Even when the Republicans had control, there was nobody here to ask these questions. So
I yelled at Wendell Butler too.
they believe
That they got away with it.
that they got away with it. And he's like, well, where was y'all at when the Republic? It doesn't matter.
We
where
weren't
were at.
around then.
I was selling drugs. I was
I was-
poisoning my community. I was tearing my community
I was doing
apart.
stuff.
I was doing things that I had no business doing, and it's crazy because I look at my life from 1997. I graduated Chester High School until 2008, and that was 10, 11 years of me just being a complete asshole, a fool, right? And knowing who I was and what I was supposed to do, but allowing myself to go left. And for those 10 years, yes, the city got a great reprieve. They got a great break because they didn't have CMPradio.net. But guess what? Now we do. Now we have a radio station. This is a community radio station. Anyone can come up here and talk about anything they want to talk about. I know you messing with me, bro. But anybody can do this. Just make sure you have a reason for doing it. If you want to come up here and tout the line for Thaddeus and everything that he's done, you can do that. I'm not going to tell you can't do that.
Come with the book he came
Like,
with.
come with, not the book, but
He came with the book.
come up here and
He ain't
talk
never
about
opened that motherfucker not one time on live. He ain't never opened that book not one time. He said, this is everything that I've done while I was the state representative.
Right.
It was a small book, but this is what he did. This is what he said when he came up here and said, I said, well, what's in the book? He said, everything. Everything is in this book. That's what he said. And I said, well, he never flipped the book open. He never opened one page of that book. So he couldn't show us anything that he did. So when I questioned him about sitting in front of that school and offering us up as students, He said it was because they got more money in there. No, they got the same amount of money in their budget as we did. They just used theirs properly and had some left over. They had $2 million left over.
Then we had the conversation with your boy. I mean,
Which one?
The current
State rep.
representative.
He said I misunderstood what the state rep is supposed to do. I said, how? Aren't y'all for the school district?
You're supposed to be for the school district, and we've learned through different forms of understanding government that the state rep is for the school district. So when we ask the state rep what he does with the money, when the money comes
He
through,
says I give it to them.
and he don't ask.
And
no
I
questions.
said, well, do you make sure they spend it appropriately? He said that's not his job. Dad said the same exact thing. He said my job is to get the money for the district, not to oversee what they do with it. That's their job. That's that administration's job, the school administration. And I said, so you mean to tell me you gonna give me $5 and I say that I'm gonna buy books for the camp and you're not gonna make sure I buy the books for the camp?
No.
And he said, no, I have to trust that you're gonna do it. My job is to go to the state and ask for the money. And I told him I thought that was dumb. He said, but that's how it goes though. But he did tell us, he did have that conversation. Thad went around it.
That is like Alderman Davis from Good Times. You know? Oh man, and that's what power does, right? It corrupts you. If you're not genuinely giving yourself to your people, if you're not willing to die for your people, what are you living for? What are you living for? And I'm not asking for the politicians or the new generation or the millennials to want to die, but you have to want to give a part of yourself for your people to be able to have the things that we never had before. We can't continue to do business the way they do business. They've lived, they've had, they've acquired, and we need to acquire. So education is key to our community. The miseducation of the people of this city is tremendous. It's tremendous. The things that you believe are true that aren't true. The things that you think are right that aren't right. Like we have to engage our community in education. We have to talk to our community.
Oh, let's not forget that school board seat is up. Y'all better not let me see your stomach back on that school board, and I'm not playing.
There's no one running against him.
Somebody, oh shit.
Nobody running against
That
him.
done stressed me out.
Nobody running against him. And this is why we continue to have the same problem.
No, he needs a petition signed to keep the seat though.
But people are scared. People are literally.
I don't know why they scared.
People
Scared
are
of what?
literally scared.
He want to see your stomach?
They're scared.
Because he want to see
They're
your stomach.
scared.
Scared of what?
I can't wait. I hope. I pray.
Scared of what?
I'm not even gonna say. They're scared of retribution.
What are you getting if you vote against them? What are you getting?
I'm talking about the person running against them.
Scared of what? Tell your own story first. You don't have to be scared of anything. If you know that what you are speaking for is the right thing for our city, stand the fuck up and do it. I'm not doing it. I'm a felon. So
You're not a felon. Stop that shit. Stop. Will you please stop? Will you please stop? Stop telling people you're a felon. You're not a felon. I'm a felon. You're not a felon. You ain't never been to jail. You ain't a felon. So stop that. Your reason for not running is deeper than
my reason for not running is because you do more good on the outside than you can on the inside. That's my personal opinion. I can't be confined, and I don't want to have to agree with somebody I don't agree with. Right. Can you see me up there like, nigga, I'm not agreeing with that shit. That's what I would say to him in the middle of the meeting. Don't say, I'm not even going to raise my hand. That was stupid as shit. That's how I would talk. But here I am. I'm asking for someone. I don't care who it is. Vote. I will get you 100 signatures, legit signatures, to stand in there and run against them. I will get you 100 legit signatures, and on top of that,
I'm negative.
I can't believe you just said that. I heard you.
I'm negative. That's right. I just got my COVID results back.
I got
you
mine
feel me?
too.
I'm negative. You feel me? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? I was nervous a little bit.
You know what?
But I'm
There's something
negative.
desperately wrong with you. You just said, I'm negative.
I'm negative. I had to answer that call. I was nervous. They put that thing way up my nose. I was like,
They ain't let you do it yourself?
No.
Now Springfield, they let you do it yourself because you don't have to put it all the way up your damn nostril.
She put it all up. I think she was trying to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Politics is, and that's the thing, right? What George just said, politics is not for everyone, but
It's not.
The idea of politics was it's for everyone, right? So what we have is a system that's been created where we have career politicians and people that have been in it for a long time telling you don't know how to run the city. How do I know you know how to run the city? You ain't never ran the city. Oh, stop. I have to run the city before to have a chance at running the city. That's just sitting there saying that you have every right to do it. To say that it's not for everyone
I think
is misleading.
I think it's this. This is what's wrong. They're not willing to train someone else to do the job the proper way. That's what's wrong. Even if you go to college for political science, or if you go to college for political studies, or whatever it is that you go to college for, it doesn't make you qualify for the position. Being in the position, hands-on training, makes you qualify. When you see your citizens suffer and you know you want better, you eventually got to look at the finances first. So when you look at the finances, you're like, damn, we actually get this amount of money a year? Show me the bills.
Nah, look at this.
Break it down. What?
How long have I been running this radio station?
3.5 years.
Prior to me running this radio station, I was not qualified to run a radio station anyway.
Hands-on training.
Hands-on training.
Hands-on
so
training.
You have to put the person in that position to find out if they're willing or capable of doing the fucking job. I can't sit there and say someone from Power 99 sitting there and say, man, you don't have the experience to do. They are absolutely right. But guess what?
They are willing to train you though. See, when you go up there and ask them, hey, listen, I see you guys have a job opening for X, Y, and Z, they're willing to train you for that position. Most positions say willing to train or internship.
Now I'm working for free.
And that's fine, but you're gaining the experience. But guess what? They don't even have programs where they allow you to learn the position.
For state positions, they do. You can apply.
State, not for city.
Not for city. But that's why I'm saying the things that are in city are just checks. That's all you're supposed to do, checks and balances. Is there enough money? Yes.
It's enough money coming in. Here's the thing. When you get your paycheck, right?
Right.
You get $500 in your paycheck. You see all your bills on the side of your check.
Right.
And you check off, okay, this is $100, right. This is $50, right. And then this is what I have left over. Right. So now I can pay for other things. But if I don't take care of these right here, I defeated the purpose of working.
I mean, you sat there and I compared things that happened at the radio station. We had a party.
Yes.
Right. I said,
I was
all right.
So mad.
I called my partner. I said, listen, this is the money we made. Bang. You was like, no, we ain't paid for everything yet. Don't nobody get paid until we pay for the video.
Pay the bills first. You pay for your house first. You pay your rent or your mortgage, whatever one comes first. That's the first thing that comes out of your check. The next thing is the light, the water, the gas, and then it's the kids. If you have children. So you pay yourself last. I am the last person who receives anything out of a paycheck that I receive. First is my house, which consists of the taxes, the bills, then there's my children. If I don't take care of all of that, I can't house my children.
Those things, man, that we whisper in our community, and I'm not saying George isn't right. I'm just saying when you say politics isn't for everyone, you scare off everyone, right? So you say politics isn't for the weak at heart. Politics isn't for someone that isn't willing to die for what they're fighting for. That's what politics is about, right? If you're not willing to fight, if you're not willing to die, if you're not willing to scratch and claw for freedoms or for rights for the homeless or for different situations, then politics ain't for you. Mm-mm. It's absolutely not for you. If you got a weak stomach, it's not for you. Listen, politics ain't no different than the streets, bro. I'm going to keep it all the way a bean. Know who you know. Build the relationships you build the relationships with and for, and make sure you're doing the right thing by the people. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're giving the people exactly what they ask you to do.
And give them genuineness, though. Like, you have to be genuine in what you're doing. You can't be doing it because you're expecting something in return. Man. Anything that I do in life is because I expect the person to be blessed and have an easier way of doing whatever it is that they're trying to do. I'm not looking for a blessing, not even a thank you sometimes. And that goes a long way. The thank you is like, wow, they said thank you. Like, that's all, that makes my day. But when you do something, you have to do it because you genuinely care. You don't want that person to suffer because you know what that felt like. You can't do it. Oh, I'm not, you reaching back to help somebody that got the same last name as you is wrong. Because that means that only your family is successful.
Right.
You have to be willing to employ others. And once you employ them, now their family can employ someone else. And now that family can employ someone else, and it becomes generational wealth. It becomes not just you, but them too. Everybody is not on the same level, but they ain't on the bottom level.
No, they definitely ain't.
That's the problem. You want your family to stay at the top. You don't care what's beneath you. So y'all got the nice houses, the nice cars, and everybody else walking around and living in shacks and this, that, and the third, and you're good with that. You the king, but you governing wrong. Because one thing about black folks, if they feel like they starving, they coming for what you got.
Everything you got.
It's called a home invasion.
But then you shutting them away. So we have a unique system here in the city of Chester where the whispers that come from other communities, and this happened a long time ago, to tell you that your vote doesn't matter, you're voting for the wrong people, your vote doesn't count, that everybody's slimy. That keeps one party in power, right? And it worked when there were two parties. It worked when there were two parties. But now that we only have one, and I'm not saying they have to go because
I'm saying they gotta go.
They can become accountable.
No.
They can become transparent. Listen, people.
Well, the leader has to go.
The
leader who's keeping them in place, keeping them muzzled, has to go.
I feel like
so.
he
Whoever's
needs to
controlling
switch.
it,
If he switches,
no, he gotta go.
if he switches,
He gotta go.
You say he gotta go. I say he can stay as long as he switches and says, "I'm willing to be accountable and transparent to my people."
It's too late.
It's too late for
He
that.
was supposed to do that from the beginning. You can't now open up because then you got to open up your backlogs too.
Who's gonna run against him?
I don't know. We gotta find somebody. If they don't fire nobody.
We need a whole team, bro.
Just tell them they fired today.
You can't fire him.
Yes, you can.
How?
Let the receiver do their job. The receiver should not have taken them to court to do his job. He came in to help us, and y'all over there arguing with him because he about to dig up y'all dirty laundry. Like, come on, wash your fucking clothes then. If you feel like that, let them go. They gotta go. They have not done anything. When it was Butler and them, everybody was screaming they gotta go. And guess what? I held Butler accountable and didn't even really have a voice then. I held Butler accountable. Like, well, why you ain't answer that lady when she asked you for help to get them people from in front of her door? He like, she came to me 7 o'clock in the morning like I was taking my kids to school. Like, totally understood that. But he wasn't afraid to come out into the streets to be a part of what the community had going on. I remember one time they said Butler was in the bar drinking, not knowing he only drink cranberry and orange juice. It looks like a good drink though, don't it?
Right.
Ain't no liquor in it. But you got to hold him accountable too. And he didn't have a bunch of yes men around him. Them people was telling him, like, you're wrong.
It's not.
You got to go to the candlelights. You got to be there for them families. Go knock on that mother's door. Don't just send that generic-ass letter and think that it's okay to be spoken at the funeral. I was so mad they read that fucking letter at my dad's funeral. I said, put that away. I meant that. I don't want that read. I meant what I said. They sent the same letter to every funeral before him and still sending it out now.
So without caring, can he be at every funeral? Physically, he can't be at every funeral. So then that's when it all came up, right? It was Pileggi, it was Willie Malik, before everybody except for someone that was close to him, where he felt as though he should be there. At your father's funeral, I felt like he should have been there.
Who?
Thaddeus. I felt like there was no reason why he wouldn't be.
He was there.
Right.
He got up and spoke.
So he was there.
I didn't want the letter.
You didn't want the letter?
No, the letter was generic.
So the letter is the generic letter that all mayors write to everybody that's died in the city of Chester, right? They had one at my grandma's funeral. They had one at my dad's funeral.
But what's wrong with you going to see the family, though? Like, especially and I'm not talking about my dad.
How many families will he have to see in a week?
All of them. All of them, bro. It's 10 minutes. Right. My pop made it to every family's house. What's stopping you?
See, your pop was a soldier.
No.
Your pop understood. See, certain soldiers understand different things. And this is what I'm saying. You have your tactical soldier. You have your just downright in the trenches soldier, and he's fighting. Your father was an in the trenches soldier.
So was he.
He was a fighter.
He was in the trenches.
Who was in the trenches?
Dad.
Nah. See,
yes, he was.
See, those 23 years
he was in the trenches.
He removed himself. See, you can remove
He removed himself
yeah,
from the trenches.
Then
Then why he get pulled over? He was in the trenches.
That's different.
Oh.
See, didn't I tell you we're not going to talk about their personal life?
You just said I could talk about their personal life. You said I could talk about whatever I want to talk about. I can.
I did.
You can't.
Right. Well, I don't know.
You don't.
I don't know anything about him getting pulled.
Well, he said it. He said he got pulled over.
Okay.
And he was dirty.
I don't know anything about that.
He said it.
Anyway.
At the meeting.
CMPradio.net, man. It's 1225. Listen, if you want to be a political soldier, if you want to be active in your community, stand the fuck up. Period. If you care about your community, if you feel as though you have ideas that can help your city move and prosper and be the city of the future, stand the fuck up. Don't sit back. Don't question yourself. Listen, this radio station wouldn't have been here if I didn't stand the fuck up.
It's not just the black mayors, George.
It's all mayors. It's all mayors.
Pileggi took money too. Yes, he did.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying I don't know this to be a fact, so I'm not going to speak on it. They taught him. They taught him. He taught them. So on and so forth. Everybody takes a couple dollars, but they took it all. Jack Necrelli
took money too.
Took money. He went to jail
for taking the money. And then he said, listen, it didn't work this way, but you could do it this way. You got to actually find people that actually
sold the rights
perform
to
these
Penn's
jobs.
Landing to Philadelphia, kept the money. This was mob money that was being passed back and forth, right? So understand the waterfronts were always controlled by the mob, right? Were always controlled by the people that were in control. We wanted that. We aspired to attain this power. And here, you can aspire to attain power, but forget the people that are being neglected, and you can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You can aspire to have the power, but you have to make sure you're taking care of the people once you get the power. And if you're not doing that, you're only taking care of a selected group of people.
Yo, people.
Then that's not cool. Then you're no different than the last person that was in there. So that's where we get the selfishness from city mayors. That's what we say the black mayor in every urban city.
The black mayor is just more
Doing
exposed.
what he was taught.
That's because the black neighbor said, that nigga got a new car. Mm-hmm.
So we
Did you see him
we'll
in the
hate,
pulpit with his new robe on?
We'll hate each other. We'll backbite each other. We'll talk about
And then
each
them
other.
shoes.
And then you'll get in that position and become the person that was in that position before.
Did you see him in that Adidas sweatsuit?
You have to change it. It's cmpradio.net, man. And listen, man. I'm gonna tell y'all Friday we'll be back here, right?
If you have any videos you would like for us to
12.
discuss, don't forget to send them.
Yeah, send the
It's a
videos
new
in,
segment.
right? We'll
on your mind?
re-air the hit and run situation, and any other new videos that y'all might have. I think we're definitely good with that.
Like my mask?
I like your mask. I like your mask.
Me too.
Right,
It's a nice smile, right?
a beautiful smile. A soldier for real. And everything that he told me to do, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to make sure you do it too. It's cmpradio.net. We're out of here, man. Peace. And remember, man, the 10 crack commandments.
Waiting to start hitting number 10. A strong word called consignment. Strictly for live men, not for freshmen. If you ain't got the clientele, say hell no. Cause they gon' want their money, rain, sleet, hell, snow. Follow these rules, you'll have mad bread to break up. If not, 24 years on the wake up. Slug hit your temple, watch your frame shake up. Caretaker did your makeup. When you pass, your girl fucked my man Jacob. Heard in 3 weeks, she sniffed the whole half a cake up.